on. Oh, I didn't have to fix your link. Anna, you're good. You're a little halty, like you're getting, but I'm not surprised that you're having a little bit of an internet issue up in the Arctic North today.
My computer and power just surged and everything just shut down moments ago. So I'm holding my breath.
Yeah. So just to give the audience a heads up, some of us are actually in very cold conditions today, and so power could become an issue. I think I'm going to be fine, but our dear Edie, aka Hannah, Raging Babe, is a little bit further north than I am, and it's just a tad more cold. But this is New England, and it's fucking shorts weather all year long. I don't know if anybody saw, but I had posted that on my Discord. So if you haven't gone onto my Discord, join it now. A video of the top of Mount Washington with 120 mile an hour winds and negative 50
and
degree.
110 below zero.
Yeah, something stupid like that. It was ridiculous. If you were there, you were dead. That's pretty much what it was.
Awful.
So yeah, it's rough. It's rough here. Thank God there's no snow to go with it. But yeah, when it gets this cold, it tends to be really dry, which has its own other downsides. Get your humidifiers out. That's all I gotta say. But this is New England, so tomorrow is supposed to be back up in the 50s. So hey, here we go. So guys, we have a bit of a treat today. We'll be introducing 2 new people, and we'll do that introduction when it is appropriate to do so. So I think you'll be happy with what they are bringing to this table, because I got to work with both of them this week on their characters and their backstories, and I'm really stoked about what they have to offer. So I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did helping them put it together. Let's see. Do I have any other announcements? I don't think I have any other announcements go on right now. I have some projects that I'm starting to work on that I just started touching, but when they get a little closer, we'll address them. Oh, and if you are also on my Discord and you are familiar with the Hodgening contest, you have until the 8th to submit your entries, and it was put out for artists. I think I have 5. I think I have 5 entries now. Where it was put out to the community to draw how you picture a specific NPC from my Monday night game, whose name is Hodge, and there's a whole story about it, which is on the contest section of my Discord page. So if you want to participate, draw a little picture of Hodge, throw it in there because the community gets to vote on it. You can do that. You have until the 8th to do so. And I have, a couple cool prizes for the winner. I have a Roll Positive Gaming mug, Roll Positive Gaming dice bag, both with the logos, filled with dice, and some stickers like this one right here that my wife makes. Let's see if I can get this up so you can see it. Be kinky. So yeah, you have until the 8th if you want to participate. Let's see. I guess without further ado, and no more gilding of the lily, we left off last week at the start of a combat, and I'm going to rename that token to correspond with the title. All right. I had to fix it because I can't, it doesn't make sense anymore. So we're going to bring it over to that screen so that you can all see that fun stuff. And person overlay, make sure that's set right. Hold on. Gonna fix a couple of things. Foundry VTT. I'm using my Roll20. And 1 second. This is the browser. This is the new screen. Should have been on. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. Not a browser. This is a screen share. Forgot that I had this on. I had this set up for the 4-person, but we are no longer a 4-person group. So things got a little different. Make sure you guys can see that. Good. And I'll add the chat so that you can see their roles, whether they are horrible or not.
No. I want to lie.
Well, you never know. Did you say I want to lie?
No.
Yes, you did. I heard you.
No.
I heard you.
Ridiculous.
You can't fool me. Let's see. This for the results. And this here. Okay. Do. There you have it. Now, so when we last left off, they were, by their own estimation, attacked during a really, really bad storm. And damage was done to the ship itself, the actual hull. And it was like done right in the bilges. So the lowest part of the ship's hull was damaged. We already have a hype train going?
Maybe.
Well, thank you all for gifting subs, but I'll get back to you guys on that on the half, because I want to get this combat going. So just to sum up, they thought they were attacked while they were in this storm. Nothing untoward other than damage to the hull happened. There were leaks, and it was Lady Cardia, using her prayer beads, who brought in guys, hit my goal too. Damn, thank you. Who brought, using the prayer beads, summoned a representative creature for basically the god of nature. And it basically showed up as this kind of like verdant elemental, and it was able to actually sort of stem the damage and cut it off. And holy shit, thank you guys for the flood of
More.
of subs. And it was able to actually kind of patch the hull. It still didn't permanently fix things, and they were able to find this atoll, ATOL, as Sammy had to point out before, which is a small collection of like tiny islands or sandbars. And they were able to find this, and they found the wreckage of another ship, which they are at present trying to scavenge basically lumber from, so that they can do some patches, because something also stole their carpenter's tools and their basically spare lumber that they would have. Took it in the middle of the night during the storm, under the cover of storm. And the strange thing is, when they got to this atoll, the group was out exploring, and they found the box, the actual crate of the carpenter's tools that belonged to their ship, just sitting at the mouth of this, I guess you could call it the a-hole atoll. And when they went to collect the tools, a being or a creature crawled out from the deep hole at the center of the crescent island and asked them questions, charged them with answering. Did they lose something? And before they knew it, two other rather large creatures, these demonic looking, almost merfolk monsters, crawled out of that abyssal hole as well. And combat began. So we have everyone who has rolled initiative, and it's where we're starting the game. So, shall I bring up the music, maestro?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Right. Make sure that you guys let me know if this is too loud or not. You can hear it. Okay. So we're going to pick this up at the top of the round, which belongs to Charlotte.
Charlotte turns to face Ozelia. She has a stern look in her face, but you know what that she's about to say isn't directed towards her, and she says, "We didn't want to fight with you, but if it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get." And she reaches round to a scabbard and pulls out Philiothanle, and when she does, like always, you feel this subtle wind just pass through the area, and it just gently kind of pushes Ozelia's hair in the wind. That stern expression then turns to a more subtle, gentle one. And she says, "This song is now your song, our song." And she throws Philiothanle up into the air behind her towards the Merrow to the north. And you hear the words that you've heard time and time again now. You are the ocean's grey wave, destined to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach. She starts up a blade song. She turns, runs towards the Merrow, and with the sword coming down that she threw in the air, she jumps up, catches it, and she's gonna cast Booming Blade onto the Merrow as she moves up. Okay, so attack roll. Say 17 to hit.
This is a large creature. It is. Let's see if it hits. Yes, that will hit.
Okay. So regular damage from Philiothanle is 1d6 plus 6, which is 9 points of damage. And then on top, the Booming Blade damage, which at this level is an extra 1d8. It's a 7. So that's 16 points of... 9 points of magical piercing and 7 points of thunder damage. 16 points total. and then
Okay.
she'll do it again.
So, and this, what type of
So it was 9 points of magical piercing from Philiothanle, and then 7 points of thunder damage from the booming blade.
got it?
And then because she's now level 6, she gets extra attack, and she can replace one attack with a cantrip. So she'll cast booming blade again. It's only a 15 this time.
Oh, that still hits.
Okay, so it takes 12 points of magical piercing from Philiothanle, and then it takes an extra 1 point of thunder damage from booming blade. And then she moved 5, 10, 15. She moved 15 feet, so she's going to provoke the opportunity attack and move back 5 more feet.
Okay.
Does it take one?
Yeah. It does. It's going to try, yes. It's going to attack you with its harpoon. But I'm going to assume a 13 does not hit you.
No.
Yes. So it fires off, its harpoon. Passes cleanly over your shoulder, misses you, and splashes down into the water as it on the trailing cord pulls it back.
Perfect. And then if it's Volpini, that's Charlotte's go. And then if it's Volpini right after Charlotte, Volpini will kind of dig its claws down into the sand, fly up to the mirror, and throw the sand in its eyes, and taking the help action for Charlotte. And then it'll basically move 40 feet here.
Okay.
So it flies up, chucks the sand, and then flies to where it's
It makes a gurgling hiss, like as Volpini splashes it in the face with sand and flies away. It's just kind of spitting gobbets of sand out of its mouth. Very toothy maw. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay. Lady Cardia.
Bucket sand. Okay. Basically what they did. That just made me laugh.
I'll just say for everyone's benefit, you can see what Charlotte's done here is to kind of tempt it to walk forward, so it wouldn't be wise to walk up to that one that she's just hit, basically.
Gosh, good. I mean, Lady was gonna run up there and really mess some stuff up.
I didn't think so, but I just wanted to...
Do it.
Okay.
You got them like, ah.
Do it. Instead, she's gonna bounce off what Charlotte's doing against that mirror. Leave my friend alone! And cast Sacred Flame.
So that is
DC 14.
DC 14.
Oops, I just closed.
Dexterity save. 1 second.
I just accidentally closed roll 20. I'm coming back. Okay, I'm back.
It does make a save.
That's ridiculous.
And it's an accidental save, as it's like you go to cast it and it's just kind of flailing around trying to clear its eyes from sand, and the spell just kind of fizzles in the air, just like
Phew, phew. And I'm sorry, I think I've asked this question a million times.
Mhm.
I can't use like a bonus action unless it's a cantrip.
So if you cast a spell, if you cast a spell that is a bonus action in and of itself, you can then cast a cantrip that is no more than one action in
Okay.
cost.
So
Is
hear
Sacred
me
Flame-
out.
Is
Yes,
Sacred Flame
Sacred-
a bonus?
I can't...
No,
Sacred
Sacred Flame
Flame's
is
an
a
action.
cantrip.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you could cast a spell that is a bonus.
Okay, but I should do it opposite in the future. Like I should do the bonus
either
action
or, it's
first.
fine. No, either action is fine.
Ow!
Yeah, either
Yeah.
direction is fine.
Yeah, I
As long
knew.
as it meets that criteria.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and then cast Shield of Faith on a Charlotte.
Ooh. Nice.
Give you a little +2 to your AC.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Shout. Let's add. Add a shield on you. You are so shielded. Is that all you're doing? Are you taking a move action or anything?
That is all I'm doing. Quick note, Caitlin in chat was like, is D&D Beyond not working for everybody? I think they may be having a server issue because I went to go look at my sheet and it says, whoops, we rolled a 1 on our API check. So it's not just you, Caitlin.
No.
Yeah, I just
all
got
right.
a
Yeah,
4
I'm
of 3.
getting the disconnect too. So
D&D
just a heads up.
Beyond has been having issues. It was having issues yesterday too. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Well,
It is
let's just
currently
roll with
working for
it.
Yes. We'll guess if we need to. Let me, like, it was working for me this morning. It worked for me yesterday eventually. It's still working for me. Let me see if I can actually bring up the campaign.
A heads up for Ozalia and Cardia. If you guys can get back to your character sheets at any time, export it to a PDF and you can save it right to your computer. And it'll give you the D&D sheet layout and you guys can use straight from that if you need to. I ended up doing that a couple days ago and that's
That
the
is
only
so
reason.
smart.
You were so smart.
Yeah. So
That's
gonna
the
be your
biggest
best
brain
bet.
I've ever
You're
seen in my
welcome.
entire
Just
life.
like, her head just like went.
oh, thank you.
And I went full galaxy brain.
Yep, you're
Yeah,
so
I'm getting
welcome.
the error now too. So yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Export it as a PDF so you have a backup.
The phone version is working for whatever reason, so
Yeah,
I'm
my
gonna take some
app is
screenshots real
working.
quick.
It might hit a
Here you go.
different database.
That's a good idea.
So that's
Oh no!
You can export the
It didn't
PDF from
work.
there as well, and it still does the it still has the character sheet in there, so you literally save it from
Oh my god,
wherever.
it does. I see the export.
Yeah, hell yeah, that's the way to do it.
I'm in love with Hannah. I'm sorry,
working on the
Charlotte.
fly. What?
Hannah. You can have an inspiration for that.
Oh, thanks. Wow.
Well earned, well deserved. All right. So where are we? We are Lady Cardia. You are done.
I'm done.
All right. The Soggy Witch. Soggy Witch. Let's see. Who is anyone? Anyone in? Ah, bastards. You bastards. Ah, okay. So it is not there. Okay. So the hag dives into the water and appears to go down deep. And that's what she is doing.
Still a reminder, we all have water breathing on us, so we all can breathe underwater.
Which brings us to Ozalia.
Hello, that's me. I think Azalea at this point would probably move a little towards. Wait, hold on. How do you do the range again on this? I'm sorry. I'm still
So
learning
if you
it.
want to see you pick up your token as if
Yeah.
you're going to move it,
Mhm.
and then you right click,
Like,
and it you just tap right click and it starts an arrow. And anytime you want to do another point, you just tap it again and it gives you a waypoint.
Okay.
Okay.
I think she probably end up moving like over here towards Cardia.
Hi.
So she get a little closer in range, and then
Are you moving closer to Cardia or are you moving closer to Charlotte?
I'm
We
moving
know the
closer to
truth.
Char, but
Yeah.
also Charlotte's a little too.
Let's
Thank
you know,
Charlotte is a
real
little too
motivation.
close. Charlotte's a little too close, so Cardia is the nice, safe like buffer between
Gotcha.
the
Lady
monster.
is hurt, but she does understand.
Thank you, thank you.
Lady and Edie are gonna be like this after this fucking boat trip. Just the third and fourth wheel. We're just like, I guess we'll hang out.
I guess we'll hang out. What do you like?
Oz would cast
mean-
Ray of Frost, which is for 60 feet.
Oh yeah. I know Ray of Frost has a long range.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Seems
one
like
are you
online
casting it
character
on?
sheets are-
The closest one, this Murrow over here at the top. Of the
If you
crescent.
just hold down left click, it'll ping.
Ooh,
Ta-da!
that one.
We love Roll20.
Okay, so go ahead and cast it. Is it a save for that, or is it an
Let's see.
attack on your part? I think it might
Is
be a
it a
save because it's a
Dex
ray.
save?
Yeah, I think it's a
I just rolled on for the damage, I think.
Okay, hold on, let me pull it up. That way you
No,
don't
it's a
have
range
to
spell.
fuck with me.
It's a range spell attack.
okay. So you do need to make a range spell attack. Even though you're doing it on your phone,
19.
it's not going to show up on here. Just let me know.
Okay.
Yes, 19 definitely hits.
19 and with 10 frost damage.
Right, the Nero. Just you said 10?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's also, I have the spell here. It also says its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of Oz's next turn.
All right. Good to know.
Awesome. It does look like it's kind of back working on the PC, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's messed
in
up.
and out. Yeah. Bonus
No worries. I mean,
action.
between Sammy and I, we can cover anything that you need to look up real quick. Sammy's got a compendium underneath him, and I've got a computer.
They're my assistants. All right, so are you doing anything else? You've moved, you've done an action, do you have a bonus action you need to take?
I'm just gonna read really quick my bonus actions. Is bonus action kind of spell. No, I'm good. I don't need to do any other actions. That will be my turn, please, and thank
Okay.
you.
Edie,
Okay.
put some hurting on these things, will you?
You're gonna be real sad when I do some assisting. Okay. I'm going to on a. I think I only need first level, but let me double check. Yes, actually. Okay. So I'm gonna throw up a bane on these two marrows.
Both of
I
them?
cannot. Yes, I
Okay.
can't see the witch anymore.
You
She's gone,
cannot,
correct?
Yeah, you cannot
Okay,
see her.
cool. That is a charisma 11.
Charisma.
Yep. And my other question is, I have these winged boots. I went to check. It doesn't say whether activating them is an action or a bonus action. Do you have a ruling?
Activating it. Well, it's activating an item, so that is an
Yes.
action.
Gotcha. Okay. Just wanted to double check. Excuse me.
Are they the official winged boots?
Yes.
Yeah, they should all. It
just-
shouldn't be something. They just automatically they work while
Yeah.
you're wearing an attuned, so it
Yeah,
shouldn't
they're
be
just
something you
always on.
activate.
Mm-hmm.
It would say if you
Oh,
actually have
okay.
to-
So I can just.
Yeah, if it needs to be activated, like you have to speak the command word and blah 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 blah.
Okay, it doesn't say any of
Yeah,
that.
then
Can I
you don't have
just
to activate
activate them?
You just have you have a flight speed.
Cool. So I'll do that then, and then yeah, that's everything for Edie.
One of them failed. What is the spell?
My fucking thought you meant my boots, and I was like,
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no, no.
understand how that happened.
No, one of them failed their saves.
But then you're talking about Bane. It was
Yes.
11 charisma.
So, yeah,
that
one
makes
of
more
them
sense.
actually fails it. So he's baned. Is that what
Okay.
you're saying?
Ooh.
Yes, correct.
He's got the bane on. Let's see.
Got the Bane.
I'm feeling baned. He's like, I'm so banal right now. Is that all? Is that everything? That's for you?
Yep, everything.
Okay. So, let's see. The marrow. Let's see. So this marrow is going to hurl its harpoon at you. And Edie cocks his arm back, uncoils the cord, and lets fly. All right, I'm having Dungeon Master dice again. 12 hit you?
Not at all.
Well, that sucks ass. Man, I'm just having that, and then he's gonna, since the failure, he's going to follow the cord and he's gonna move up. This one is going to take a step forward.
He will
And-
take 2d8 thunder damage when he does so.
All right.
I checked as well. I can't booming blade twice, so it was only one booming blade, but it's still 2d8 damage. So you can take off. I only do 1 extra thunder damage on that second attack, so take off 1 point of damage and then add on 7, or just add 6, basically. I checked that ruling because I wasn't sure.
Well, you can see the screen, can't you?
You killed the motherfucker. Charlotte's gonna have a
Would you
hard
like-
time.
Since you are very desperate at taking a, how do you want to?
But the way it's died doesn't work though.
I doubt it. It moved. It went boom, and it stopped moving again.
It's fine. I'll save it.
All right. Don't say I didn't give you the option.
It died, but it died because of the thunder damage that was like it was
I
sheathed in.
know. I know. I'm just saying.
Fuck.
Okay,
I'll
so
take it.
that was them, but hold on. On that, to go back to here.
Charlotte, that was the only one that failed the Bane. The other one is up. I could. Charlotte!
Another
sorry.
marrow crawls up out of the
Oh,
abyssal hole
Ooh.
Charlotte!
and breaches like Jaws. Whoosh, comes back and
Oh,
splashes
man.
down. Okay. All right, now before you go, Charlotte, I need to do a thing. All right, Veerle. I need you to give me a perception check.
Okay. Don't fail me now, dice. It failed me. 5%. 9.
Ugh. Okay. You are in a state of half sleep at the moment, and behind your closed eyes and your mind's eye, you can hear the sound of a gale, like, you know, high, heavy winds, the creak of rigging, and claps of thunder, as well as monstrous cries and snarls. But you can't really picture it clearly, and you feel the splash of water on your face. That's what happens to you right now. But I am going to need you to roll me an initiative, please.
Okay. I'm gonna use different dice now because they failed me.
Good call. Good call.
Well, that was a 3.
Okay.
Into jail. That one goes too.
I don't know why my dice are being mean.
I didn't do it. It was my fault. You got a 3, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Charlotte. None of you can see her, by the way.
None of us can see Charlotte?
No, none of you can see the new person.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
The new person is on the other side of this outcropping of stone.
And I can't see the witch from where I'm at. Where I'm at either, right?
You cannot.
Okay. Which are these squares here like still like passable? Like still?
Yes, they are basic. You're basically dealing with difficult terrain because of how deep the water is. So you're slogging through shallow water. That's anywhere from up to your hips to your knees.
Okay, so I think if I take this path here,
Yeah.
I don't I don't enter the range of this marrow.
No, actually, he's technically right there. He was off grid a little bit.
Yeah, I just want to block this one so it can't get over to the rest of the guys, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I know I can still harpoon them, but yeah, she's gonna like obviously seeing that one just collapse in front of it from the booming blade, kind of just takes a look, and then yeah, runs along the edge of the pool to this one, and so she's got Felio Fanley in one hand, and she's gonna reach down into her boot and pull out the dagger of warning. So she's dual wielding both of these, and then she will take an attack with Felio Fanley first, and we'll make it booming blade again. Dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Okay. So damage from Felio Fanley is 11 points of magical piercing, and then an extra 1d8 thunder damage from booming blade is 5. Then she'll take a second attack with Felio Fanley. 16 to hit.
How do you get multiple attacks? Blade Singers get
level.
a lot of them?
6th level Blade Singer gets extra attack.
16 hits, yes.
Yep. But like I said, I can only booming blade one of these. So, second attack is 10 points of magical piercing, and then because I'm dual wielding, I can then attack with the dagger of warning. I don't have 2-weapon fighting, so I won't get the actual dex bonus, but still some extra damage. That's a natural 17 for a 25. And then it's just 1d4 because it's a dagger and I don't get my dex. 1 more point of damage.
And it is magical, yeah? Okay.
Yes, the dagger is also magical as well.
There's a dagger warning, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on Volpini's turn, she's going to do what she did again with the sand, but kind of target this marrow this time rather than flying all the way over to the one I'm at.
And that puts it at disadvantage, right? When it attacks?
No, somewhat so normally it's like whoever Volpini like designates or whoever I designate gets advantage on the next attack roll. So we'll give that to ED.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's 15 feet to fly up to the marrow, and then she'll fly just 40 feet back to here. So she's kind of out the way.
Azalea, you actually know what these are.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Marrow were merfolk that have been corrupted by the forces of hell. So they are now basically demonic versions of merfolk.
Wow.
There are many sea shanties that speak of them, or rather sing of them. Devil men of the sea. And that was the rest of your turn, Demi?
Yeah.
Demon mermaids. Lady Cardia.
Hello. I am.
By the way, Riley, I know you wanted to be able to use your healing abilities a lot more. I just wanted you to know that I am doing my best to hurt you guys. It's just my virtual dice are not cooperating.
It's not, it's not your fault that everybody's super good at the game. I think your little NPCs just need to what do they call it? Get good.
Yeah.
So,
well, that is truth. That is the truth in this case.
Ouch! Everybody in chat's like, "Ooh, she fucking got him." Okay. So I just am a little worried about Shar all the way out there by herself.
Oh, she's absolutely fine.
Oh well.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, you just kill that one then.
Yeah. You're like,
So-
she's fine. Well, she's definitely fine for sure now.
So it's okay. All right. So the way I do crits is the first one. So you did 18 crit damage, but you do max damage on the first. How many dice is that?
Is that second? What level did you cast that?
What
Second level, so it's 1d20 plus 6? No, that can't be
No,
right.
no,
That's
no,
my
no.
damage. Sorry. It is 5d6.
Yes, 5d6. So, so that's 30 points of damage, and then you roll 5d6 again and add that.
She did. She got 18.
Nice.
So 48 points of damage.
No, my.
I don't think Liddy's ever done that much damage in her life.
What?
She was really freaked out seeing Charlotte all the way out there by herself.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
So yeah, you just hauled off and hit this thing like it was like somebody like hitting you in the eyes with 1,000 lumen LED light. It just got super white hot, and this thing just evaporates. Like literally just kind of like into little motes of ash. Because holy shit. Pun intended.
Got him.
Considering it was. Like, I'm trying. I swear I'll hurt you.
Not today.
Is Lady
Not
going to do
today.
anything else? Well, I have more for this encounter. You haven't finished it, so
I feel like she's a little taken aback by what she just did. So she's just kind of she does it and doesn't really say much. And just kind of looks at her friends to make sure she's like prepared to heal. But again, everybody's fine. So that's the end of her turn.
That was nuts. I like to keep track of like high scores like that, so that is definitely being put in as the high score so far.
That'll be the high score.
Damn, girl.
Oh,
Nice.
just you wait, baby. Just you wait. We'll see who gets the highest.
It won't be Lady.
That's gonna take some beating 48 for a while.
Like what the fuck? That was like definitely a what the fuck moment. It's holy
It was
shit.
all on purpose.
And the witch, the soggy witch, going to
Kiss back.
move over to Charlotte. It bursts from the water
Yeah, I was waiting.
again with this like gurgling cry that I'm not even gonna try. And I did try. Didn't work out for me.
Shit.
And she's going to rake at you with these nasty looking talons.
Rude.
It is very rude. Does a 15 hit you? No,
Not
of
even
course not,
close.
because you are also like so blessed.
I've got my blade song up and I've got a shield of faith up. I think my current AC is 24.
Oh, who did we lose?
Oh my gosh. It's me, Caitlin.
Yeah, her video's doing that weird thing.
My OBS
Where
opened.
she's, like,
Oh,
red.
did you go like fully uncolored?
Yeah, so my OBS is right next to everything else on the bottom of my PC, so I just smashed it accidentally.
I see how it is. You're like, fuck this noise. This
I'm gonna
fight
go
is
stream
lame.
now.
Like this fight is lame.
Go run my own stream.
That's all it is going to do right now. Azalea.
Yeah. I was just scared for my turn. That's why.
That's what it was. And you're just
Gotta
hiding.
go. Okay, so at this point, Oz would want to move closer towards the combat, of course.
Yeah, because there's
And
nothing
obviously-
trying to murder you at the moment, so.
Yeah, obviously I gotta also protect Shar. And then
Okay. All right. I'm getting assaulted for attention.
You might want to go back a square there, Caitlin, because if you're in 5 feet of a creature, you have disadvantage on
On ranged
long-range
attacks.
attacks.
Okay.
So just that's fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking of casting a lightning lore against the Morrow.
That's gonna pull them towards you, isn't it?
Maybe? I don't know. Hold on. I
Yeah,
lost
lightning
it.
lure. Lightning lure
Every time I
can
do
do
it.
exactly that.
Do it.
As long as you know. As long as you know.
Well, I don't get lightning damage, so it's okay if it gets close to me because it won't hurt. Never
Sexy
mind.
of you. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I won't. If you guys are saying I shouldn't, then you guys are spooking me.
No. I just wanted you to know. I'm not saying don't do
No,
it. I'm just like, hey,
but I
that
think it's
might
an
come
option.
towards you.
I think it's an option. It doesn't automatically pull. You can move them. Because I believe
Oh, yeah,
the way it
they,
describes it is you have
yeah.
like a connection, like as if you tethered it with a bolt of lightning, and it's stuck there.
Yeah, so it says be pulled up 10 feet in a line towards you,
It
and
says
then
up
take
to.
damage.
But it says up to though, which means that you could just say 0 feet.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Perfect, yeah. Cool, yeah, I think Oz would probably cast that on this Morrow right here. Did it do anything?
Isaiah said DC 14 strength save. This it might be able to pass. So you guys can't see it, but everyone at home can see that I rolled a 9.
I knew you were gonna jinx it. How could you do it? You're like, I'm gonna nail it this time. Come on.
Yeah. I said I had a chance. So, all right. So, okay. So you hit it for 13 lightning damage. Okay. Is that it? Is that all you're doing?
Unless it's coming towards me, that's all I'm doing.
Edie. There's a dead
right.
fish person corpse, in front of you.
Okay, so I will. I'm now 30 feet in the air, because I rise 30 feet per round
You can,
with
yes.
these boots activated.
Yep.
Cool. At that angle, I can see Witch and the Marrow that's in front of Charlotte.
Yep. What is your passive perception?
15.
You can actually see a body laying on the shore here.
Okay, that's not great. I'll tuck that information away for after immediately this. So Edie, she's gonna reach up and sort of like wind the like Bane spell in the air because she had like still concentrated on it. So she's gonna like wind it up, drop it, and then throw fairy fire over onto Marrow and the Soggy Witch.
Nice.
It does both. Is there a
Yep.
saving throw, or does it automatically take effect?
Is Dex 15.
Okay.
Yeah, it operates as a 20-foot cube, but you can like angle it how you want.
Both of them light up with pretty little sparkles.
Let's go, baby.
Nice. It's like this it's like this sort of like staticky, sickly green color.
So they are
Of Eve's fairy
glowing
fire,
with
and
little
then-
sparkles. Oh crap!
That'll be my turn, and I'll just hang out up here.
Okay. That should be you. There we go. All right, I need another perception check from you, Veerle,
Okay.
with advantage this time.
Okay. I got it. I think I got it. Am I
believe.
perceptive? I have proficiency in this. Don't fail me.
Yes, yes.
I rolled a natural 1 and a 2.
No way! You're still stuck in those fitful dreams, rather nightmares, except this time you now see the faces in your mind's eye of these demonic-looking fish creatures as they assaulted your ship. Wow.
Nope.
I thought I was having a bad day.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just go home, you guys.
Cool, thanks
You've
for
been-
playing.
It's been fun.
You've been talking to Matt for too long. He's put some of his bad juju onto you.
Yeah, wow. Wow. That is impressive. Oh, wow, that was with the DC is 10. It's just 10.
Sorry.
It's just 10. All right, the Marrow's turn. So this one is going to try and attack Charlotte. So it is going to try and bite you. Leans over, snapping its toothy maw. Yes, it has a toothy maw. I just like saying toothy maw.
Yeah.
At you. Does a 19 hit you?
It would if I didn't have my blade song up and I didn't have Shield of Faith on me. So no.
I'm just gonna see myself out now. I'm just gonna go. And it's going to swing at you with its harpoon. Does a 22 hit you?
No. It would have done if it wasn't for Shield of Faith.
Got him.
I'm leaving. I'm gonna do the Homer Simpson fade into the bush.
Back into the bush.
That's fucking hell.
She is dancing around this thing and it has no clue where she's at.
That's okay. I get to roll my D2. Okay, got a 4 this time.
What does that mean?
One. 2 more. Reach from this
Holy.
this hole.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Soggy witch needs to die. I think she's
Yeah.
spawning them.
Yes.
Okay. Top of the round, young lady.
And the witch hasn't taken any damage, right?
She has not. No.
Is it worth? Yeah, it is.
And up close, have all of you seen the ring?
Yes.
No.
She looks like that girl.
Oh no.
Yucky.
Yes, very.
And Charlotte kind of just looks at her and says, "You didn't want this."
Wicked smart
you see-
dragon, run.
You see, you see her grimoire fly off her side and fly open in front of her, like hovering in front of her space, and it flicks to a certain page, and she grabs the dagger of warning and sinks it into the book like a hand up to her elbow goes into the grimoire, and then when she pulls it back, she has this shadowy blade just with these wispy purple tendrils coming off of it. So she has Feliofanli and a shadow blade in one hand. With Feliofanli, she will attack the Soggy witch, and as she does so, now it is fairy fired. There's almost like a thread that she sees between her eyes and this Soggy witch, almost as if it's like an opening, and her elven accuracy comes online.
Comes online, does it?
It comes online. Okay, does a 19 hit? Oh, wait there. I get an extra dice. I can do that again. It was an 18, and that was a 2. Yeah, so 18's the best.
That will hit.
Okay, and this time she's going for a green flame blade. So instead of booming when it impacts, it catches fire. I don't think this is going to do much, but we'll go for it anyway.
It does
so,
11 points of damage so far.
Where's it? Where was that at?
It shows. It it rolled your damage for you, right?
No, that was 3 attacks.
Oh, yeah, the 11 misses.
No, sorry, that was 1 attack, but I rolled 3 times because I have advantage and I have elven accuracy, so I get to roll additional dice when I have advantage.
Okay. Well,
Okay,
go ahead
so-
and roll your damage.
Feliofanli does 11 points of magical piercing, and then Green Flame Blade does... What does this do again? I always get this wrong.
So it ended up being 11 anyway.
Yeah. Melee attack deals an extra 1d8 fire damage to the target on a hit. Okay, let's roll that. So then it takes an extra 3 points of fire damage, and then the flames leap from the witch. I keep going to call her a wench, and onto the Merrow.
Okay.
And the Merrow takes 1d8 plus spellcasting modifier. So 1d8 plus 3 for the Merrow. So the Merrow takes 7 points of fire damage. Don't tell me, Matt. Don't tell me.
So it gets wreathed in flame. Take it away, Samuel.
No, it's not. No, she's focused on whatever this witch is doing because she believes that it's the one that's doing the damage. So yes,
I've
this
given
one just
you two potential finish things and trying to be, and are you that picky?
it needs to be by the blade. But yeah, it burns up and it's barbecue seafood. And then second attack, she'll bring the newly summoned Shadow Blade down onto the witch. So again, 3 rolls to hit.
All of these are going to either die by someone else, or in a way that you can't do anything.
That
Holy
was
shit!
double... Wait, but I got a third roll. Okay, that's better. So that's a 23 to hit.
Why do you get 3 rolls on that? Is that the elven accuracy?
Yeah.
Bastard.
You can blame Edie for that one. She's giving me advantage.
Yeah, I know.
So yes, I got 2 snake eyes, but the third roll hits.
I'm looking at you, Edie.
Okay, so
Everything's gonna just converge on Edie now.
She is still steadily rising in the air. Keep that in mind.
okay, so this does 2d8 points of psychic damage plus my dex. So 2d8 plus 5. So 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Charlotte is now. I don't know if you want to put concentration symbols on me, Cardia, and Edie.
I don't know if I have a concentration symbol.
There should be a default one. It's like just like a little stopwatch that you can put on.
If you right click your icon with the circle next to the cog, you can do your own.
Yeah, I've just put mine. Yeah, there's a stopwatch one if you can see that on Charlotte.
Yep. I can. And who else has one? Cardia, you said?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, if you click left click on your token, there's a little circle within a circle. When you click on that, it brings up a whole bunch of like icons. The first one right there. See, I just turned it on.
Perfect. There we go.
That's now means you have a concentration spell going.
Cool.
So that's bonus action and action, and then she's gonna move to this square here to try and block the path of some of the other Meros getting to the other guys.
Okay. Is that it for you?
Oh, and then Vulpini's a little, yeah, she's too far away, so she's gonna fly over just like here, just here. Oh no, not that one. Not that. And she'll take the dodge action this time.
Ooh, wait. You started your turn. I actually need Charlotte. You need to make a wisdom saving throw. I thought this went on the I thought this went on the witch's turn, but it goes on the start of your turn.
Okay, I rolled a 3, but I'm going to invoke the blessing of the moon and roll that again.
Not gonna lie, kind of hating you right now. Hating you right now.
How many times? I can only do that once, right?
Yeah, once is enough. Damn it. Okay.
Can I use inspiration or not? Would you not allow
You
it?
can if you'd like. Remember, I use it after the fact, so you get to, you get a D6, I believe I went with.
Yep. Okay, I'll do that. Yes, 5, so 17.
Yep. All right, so you can feel, like this close to it, you can feel this presence that it kind of exudes. It is the stuff of nightmares. He is horrific to lay your eyes on, and it is, it's trying to strike fear in your heart, but you are able to actually push that back down, and you are immune to her fear ability for the next 24 hours.
I think just for flavor is that those thoughts are kind of like creeping into her mind. She just thinks of Ozalia and that moment they had last night under the moon, dancing and singing. And that's what keeps her going.
Ooh, I see what you did there. I like it.
So cute.
All right, Lady Cardia, you need to now give me a wisdom saving throw. I am not surprised if you will actually pass this because you are a cleric.
I know, and I'm gonna guide myself. So 8 plus 3, so that's 11.
You can't cast guidance for this.
Oh, that's a
saving
bummer.
throw.
But it's just an 8.
It is a reactionary thing. So an 8.
Uh-oh.
So you didn't pull this through. I should probably like tell you guys you're doing great more often. So the same thing happens. You're able to see much closer now. You can see the actual face of this thing. Just picture it being like that moment in the ring when the girl like looks up and the hair kind of parts and you just see that one eye. And you are terrified. You are frightened of this creature.
Yeah, a little bit.
You are currently dealing with frightened.
What does that do to me?
So you can't move closer to the witch, and if you try to attack her, your attack rolls have disadvantage against her. If you have a spell that's a saving throw, that doesn't get affected. So I would do that if I was you.
Interesting. Okay. And does it affect my movement? Or if I just move closer to her?
Yeah, it only affects your movement in the fact that you can't move closer to her. But
what does that mean though?
So you can't move like move any squares that lessen the distance between you and her.
So right now you're 25 feet. So
I basically I can't move because everything would.
You can move back.
You can move back
yeah,
or
you
around.
can move back
as long
and
as
laterally.
Yeah, as long as you don't close that 25 feet distance.
You can also go up because you fly.
But I can't fly closer to her.
Correct.
Okay.
But that still puts distance between you and the marrow.
Yeah, and it's only if I attack her? Interesting. Okay, well, Charlotte, I was gonna come help you, but you're on your own. I'm a little fucking scared of that lady going on over there. So I want to keep my concentration. I'm just going to do this time at a level 3 spell slot, because I haven't used it, with another guiding bolt. Sorry, the marrow. I don't know how to draw it on him.
So
This
left,
one.
just hold down left. Now you have to get rid of that drawing.
No, I don't. You do.
Clear drawings.
You mean this?
Clear. If you hold down left click on a spot, it'll ping.
Hold left click.
Yes.
Okay. I did it. Okay, so that one.
See?
Well,
All
learning.
right. However, a 10 will miss.
Well, that's a bummer.
Well, you have to make up for like the crit on that first one. I'm super healthy, said the marrow, and then the gone.
That's the end of my turn.
All right. All right. The witch. The witch is going to disengage. And dive.
Mother.
Azalea.
That sucks. Okay.
How is she looking, by the way, but before she's submerged?
She's taking some damage.
Okay.
Remember,
I
you
think
guys can
Oz-
swim if you'd like to go in after.
I know that's what's coming next.
No, I would never do something like that to you guys.
So yeah, Oz would get probably like right here, and then would end up casting Ray of Frost at this marrow to hopefully get him.
What was the DC
Little
save?
down.
No, you're doing an attack roll. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
That will miss.
Ooh. Sad.
Just barely. Whizzes just
Yeah.
by one of its head fins.
Ooh, that must have been cold. Yeah, that's all I can do. So that's all I'm going to do for my turn.
Okay. Edie. You are more than... Well, you can't see her anymore, so...
Oh, actually, she is fairy fired. So can we get a better
Oh,
judgment
yeah.
on where she dived to this time because she's glowing?
Yeah.
And I'm up in the air. Can I
She
still see the glow?
She is 40 feet below you. You can
that sucks.
roughly... That's about all you can see. You can just see the glow in the water.
Okay. Does anybody know if
Although-
I can?
Edie, you won't be able to see because you are far up at this point.
Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah,
If
you
Charlotte
won't be
can
able to
see,
see
that's
her.
fine.
Yeah, you won't be able to
That's
see her
totally
that deep when you're that far above it.
All right. My question here is, can I move fairy fire or not? I don't think I can.
No,
Yeah.
when it apparates, and then any creatures in that 20-foot cube, when it apparates, either get lit up or they pass the save. But then if
Gotcha,
someone
okay.
walks into that area, it's not there anymore.
Right.
Gotcha. I wanted to double check. Okay, so what I'm gonna do instead, I will yell down. She's oh no, wait, Charlotte can see. I can't see. I am going to again, I'll sort of catch my finger in that fairy fire magic, and I will send a what is it called? Mind sliver at this one.
Nice.
Okay.
And that's going to be
And-
an intelligence 15, please.
I will give you this. You guys are hitting it with the right spells. What's the DC?
Ooh.
Intelligence 15.
I rolled really well. Just not well enough.
No. Hey.
So what happens to it?
All right. It's gonna take 1d6. It's gonna take. Oh no, wait, I'm mistaken. 2d6. 7 points of psychic damage, and it has to subtract a d4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Ooh, even better.
Yes.
Okay. Is that all you're doing?
Yes.
Okay. Veerle,
I.
you don't
You
have
got
to
this.
make a roll this time
Yeah.
Woo!
because you can't get better than advantage on this. You are awake. So what happens is the noises, the cries and snarls of these creatures that you fought on the ship that you were traveling on, in your dreams, you realize you're no longer dreaming, but you can still hear the cries of these monsters, snarls and guttural words that they were speaking. And your senses, you become aware that you're sort of in water, but you're face down in some sand. Your head is turned to the side so you can breathe, but you can feel the water kind of lapping at your feet as you are laying on ground, as far as you can tell. So you are awake. You hear the sounds of battle going on. You look around you. You lift your head out of the sand, and you can just see a rocky outcropping of kind of like sharp, wind-polished stone in front of you, and the sound is coming somewhere just beyond that ridge. It's not a very high ridge. It's only about 12 feet high at this point, and easily scalable. So what would you like to do? You are injured, by the way. If you haven't noticed, you are at half hit points.
I did see that. I would like to push myself up.
Every muscle aches right now.
But all right, let's go.
You
and
can
I'll
also see
try
your
and-
weapon laying partially buried in the sand a few feet away.
Oh, I take it. And I try and get over the ridge.
Okay. I'm just going to treat it as difficult terrain. You can easily scale it, so it costs 2 movement to get over it.
Hmm.
So go ahead and move your token. All right, so you end up at the top of it. You can move 1 more if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to let everyone know what they see?
Yes.
Because only Edie noticed that there was a body there.
So
And she didn't say anything.
No, she was just laying face down in the sand. So
you see a girl, woman, who knows, appear. It's like there's a black and white filter on her. It's a little bit strange. Like she's entirely like grays, whites, and blacks. She has pointy ears. Should mean she is an elf? ? She wears armor, and she, in her hand, carries a double-bladed scimitar.
oh, come on, describe the weapon.
Oh, wait, it's very cool.
If you click on the name, it'll bring up the little blurb on the right side.
Wait, what does it say? Her twin blades, made out of polished bone. Na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, that's cool.
Yes, the blades look like they are actually made of bone. Polished and sharpened, by the way. So that was your move, and you were able to get into contact with the Marrow, who kind of you come charging over the stone, just kind of like turns, looks at you over its shoulder. Go ahead. You can make an attack.
Yeah. Okay.
You can do
He's done.
your stuff.
I can do my things. I will hit it. That is very good. Wait, what are my pluses? I have a +7, so that's a 16 plus 7 is 23 to hit.
Yes.
Whoop,
Love
whoop,
it.
whoop, whoop.
That makes
Who is
contact.
she? Nobody knows. That is 9 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
And I will attack again.
Okay.
That's a natural 19.
That'll hit.
Oh, fuck. I also... Sorry. That is 6 plus 10 points of damage. And then for my bonus action, I will boink.
You
It's a
will
natural 16.
boink.
Yes.
What is boink?
Use the other side of my scimitar to
Ah, you're doing yes. The
bonus action.
and that
thing.
would you roll a 16? Did you say?
Yes,
That'll
plus
hit.
7, 23 again.
That
That's
hits.
just... That's 3 points of damage.
So you basically just do this kind of like dance, like spinning it. You go all Darth Maul on these things.
It's cool as fuck.
And
That's
it
cool.
doesn't look very happy about your presence and turns to face you.
Oh.
So you all see this other individual joins the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's the
turns
Marrow's
out there
turn.
wasn't a body in the water.
Oh yeah, FYI, there was a body. This one is going to...
No, it turns out it wasn't a body in the water.
Well, it was a body. It wasn't a dead body.
That's a good point.
Okay. So that one will move closer. This one's going to turn to face you,
Oh no.
as it doesn't look very happy. And the one on Veerle is going to... try and use its harpoon on you.
Maggie.
Does a 23 hit? Did I actually hit somebody?
Yeah, it does.
You take 10 points of piercing
Woohoo!
damage
Okay.
from the weapon. And then it's going to try and bite you.
Cool.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
I hit somebody though. I did it. I did the thing. All right, this other one is going to try and assault Azalea.
No.
Daughter of storms, my ass. It says in a language you don't understand. And it swings its harpoon. Does an 18 hit you?
Yes.
For 12 points of piercing damage, as
Yikes.
one of the barbs catches you in the side, opens a nasty wound, and it kind of pulls you in for a bite. 24 definitely hits you for 9 piercing damage.
Dang.
All right. And I need to roll a 4. Okay. 1. Is there room? Yes, there is.
Oh my god.
Another marrow appears
Jeez. We got
From
this.
out of
I'm
the
not even
depths.
worried.
That man wasn't fucking about, was he?
I'm trying to do... You guys asked. I'm trying to give you what you wanted. And that is the Marrow's turn. Charlotte. These things keep coming out of this deep... Like, this abyssal hole is very deep.
Right.
what she
Does
said.
Charlotte see this mysterious figure come from the northwest?
Yeah, you would see her. Definitely. Because she crests the hill and comes back down on the other side. So, yes, you definitely saw her.
You, whoever you are, you hear this girl kind of look over and shout, I don't know who you are, but you're fighting who we're fighting, and that's good, I guess. Keep doing that. And then she's just gonna dive into the water.
Okay.
Now
You'll have to move 1 square over because you're standing on the edge of that abyss. Not on top of. Well, I guess you could be on top of her. She's 40 feet down, though.
and
I
I
think
only
you-
have half speed because I don't have a swimming
You
speed.
can
is that
breathe,
right?
but you can only do half speed. Yes.
So I got 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll swim down 10 feet. She holds like both blades, like kind of behind her back at like a diagonal pose, and then she'll misty step to her and strike her with both blades.
Ooh, aren't you slick? All right, so you are, yes, you are in that fully three-dimensional map.
Yeah, and kind of this thread from like Charlotte's eye to this thing's body is still in place, and it's just helping her get these pinpoint slashes in.
You don't have a swim speed, so don't forget you are at disadvantage to attack with your sword.
Short swords do not have disadvantage in water.
Right, but your Veerle is not a short sword, isn't it? A scimitar?
No, it's a short sword.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, I thought it was a scimitar. Go ahead. I thought
Is that okay?
because you were like, oh, it's all curved, and I thought we had called it a scimitar. But if it's a short sword, go for it.
No, it says short sword.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, first attack, and I'll make the first one a booming blade.
Okay. I'm just gonna move your token over once so that I can interact with her token.
Okay, so it's a natural 19 for a 28.
That'll hit.
Takes 7 points of magical piercing from Veerle, and then D8 of thunder damage, 8 thunder damage.
1 second, I have to bring this token back. The token layer. How much damage?
Total?
7 is 7 and 8. Is that on what I'm seeing?
Yes. 7 magical piercing from like the Veerle, and then 8 from the booming blade thunder damage.
So it kind of creates the sound actually kind of creates this bubble for a second that immediately refills with the water, and like the rest of you outside of the actual area, you hear like that depth charge sound of like boom, and the water just kind of like rises for a second right where Charlotte went down.
Yes, and then second attack with Shadow Blade. Third roll. Okay, 19 to hit.
Go ahead.
2d8 plus 5. 14 points of psychic damage.
All right, Sammy.
All please.
Yes.
Can you
yes,
finish it?
yes.
Oh, mate. Yeah, I will. I will.
Come on,
But
you at
no
least
one-
hit her with the sword as part of the attack.
Yeah, no one's gonna see this in game, but everyone out of game's gonna know what's happened. So yes, she does it as I described. Swims down 10 feet, bumps the rest of the 30 feet with Misty Step, and then slash. But on the second one, she kind of has this inhuman burst of pace and just takes the first slash from in front of her, and by the time the second slash is hit, she's already on the opposite side of this thing's body. And when she slashes, she's very exact with where she slashes, and the moment that blade touches the skin of this creature, the creature is no longer in this deep water hole anymore, and instead they're in a field, a barren field. There is grain up to her knees, and she looks around, and when she looks up, she sees 2 moons glistening in the sky. Before she realizes it, Her body is floating up towards the moon, and she is spiriting away. And it flashes back to Charlotte, and you wouldn't hear this, but she takes the blade and goes to sheathe it back in the scabbard because she knows she's had the finishing blow on this thing. And she says, "Second form, Aspari, Tale of the Two Moons," and then sheaves the blade in the scabbard and it clicks.
Yes.
All right. Is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah. I
Lady
think that's all.
Cardia.
Hello. Since she's dead, I'm not
yes,
feared her.
You can you feel the weight of your terror melt.
Yay. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and use Balm of Peace. I'm gonna move up to my speed, and for every person within 5 feet, they will restore 2d6 plus 3. Oops, I think I did that twice, maybe. Okay, everybody gets 10.
If you
2d6
did
plus
cast it twice,
3.
you can unclick the spell slot that it used, so you're fine.
Okay, I think it only did it once, luckily, and then
Okay.
we'll just get a little bit over here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't think I can make it all the way over to you. 4, 5. Oh, I can! 6! Yay! Sorry, I said 6 because my movement speed is 30, and
Okay.
that's 30 times 5 or 6 times 5.
Well, you could actually just go like here. This thing is dead and below you, so you can move on top of it.
yeah,
move on top of
desecrate
that.
that body.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's toast. Or fish food.
Okay, I'm gonna end right there then.
Okay, so everyone in that radius can heal 10 points of damage, which I think only... Was it Azalea? You were the only one that had taken
I
damage?
thought the
Yeah.
girl that joined us was hurt.
It was in 30 feet though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, so Balm of Peace, you have to like run like through like within 5 feet of them.
Yeah,
So
am I
could
not
you-
right next to her?
No,
no,
she's
I-
over here.
Oh, that's me, babe.
She's over here.
She's over
Oh,
here.
So
she.
you would-
I on it. Ah, okay,
me.
that's
So
on me. But
this-
okay, well,
This
Then
one you
Azalea.
can't go over. Actually, you can. You can fly over that.
I wouldn't be able to make it to her. It's not my movement speed.
Okay.
Is there a way to get like the tokens with their names underneath? Because I see Marrow
if you
and
mouse-
like Soggy Widge.
Yeah, I can.
If not, it's okay.
Nope. I will. I'm gonna use your shortened name. So actually
Fine.
for her, no, I'm not going to. Just
Okay, that's fair.
because you don't know who she is yet. But I can for everyone else.
Okie dokie. All right, well, that's
And all
the end
you
of my
have to do
turn.
is
It's kind of a
mouse
lame
over
term.
them. Like once it's actually in there, you just mouse
Mhm.
over it and you should be able to see a nameplate.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's the end of my turn.
nameplate settings. Add to Edie. Nameplate save settings. All right, yeah, you should be good now.
Cool.
Okay. After you, Soggy Witch is no longer, so I'm going to remove you from combat altogether. That brings up Azalea.
Awesome.
Can't believe you haven't
Um,
Chaos Bolted yet.
I know. Well, they've been they're kind of low health, or maybe the dice are making them low health.
Are you holding back to give other
Maybe,
people
yeah.
the chance? Don't hold back.
I don't see holding back.
Nuke
You've only
this
used
thing.
cantrips. Go for
What?
it.
Nuke it. Bring out the tempest. Let's see the
Oh.
storm.
Unleash yourself, babe. Come on.
Okay. I
Lightning
guess.
gathers in your eyes and
Yeah, I feel like Azalea just has this like warm, like, you know what? We're in the tropics almost. Let's fuck them up. Like that's her mindset. That's her mindset right now. So yeah, she'll cast.
water
She'll
is
cast
relatively
heal.
warm, by the way.
Yeah, look. I mean, I would imagine it is like based on the coloring of it. But yeah, she'll attack this one.
Now
She'll
it is
cast-
you're doing a ranged attack, so
Oh,
you would have to
right.
move back 5 feet to not take a disadvantage, but you will provoke an attack of opportunity. So it's up to you. How
That
do you wanna do
marrow
that?
up at the top, if you have a saving throw that you're doing, that one up at the top needs to subtract a d4. Just as a heads up.
True story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have anything that would represent that, but I'll put a sad
Yeah.
face.
So if you had a spell that said like it forces a saving throw instead of an attack roll, then you wouldn't get disadvantage on it.
Mm.
You must have one of those. I mean, I don't have your sheet, but
Yeah, I'm not sure. Anywho, yeah. So she would move back, and then she would just attack this one then, for sure.
Okay, it is going to make an attack of opportunity against you.
That's fine.
I'm gonna try and wound you. 21 will hit you. And it does 15 piercing damage.
Damn.
Basically, it had hooked you the last time, and as you moved, it just kind of pulls it out, like takes a chunk of you with it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
12 will hit.
Awesome. And let's...
So what type of
Did it-
energy did it do?
That's what I can't figure out.
So what did you roll on the damage dice? It rolled a 6 and a 2. So you should check the and what did you cast it? Did you only cast it at first level?
Maybe. Is that the issue here? Is that what I'm doing wrong?
Okay, so Chaos Bolt you can cast at higher levels.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see that, yeah.
Since you're still kind of working this out, let me help you here. Let me bring up your character.
Yeah, I'm just not seeing any of the rolls like when I make them. Like some people show up and some people's don't. And like
Well,
mine
I'm
aren't
seeing
showing
them
for
in.
me.
I am seeing them in.
That's good. Okay.
So you did hit.
Same.
You did hit. So let
Yeah,
me
I
look.
didn't have anything pop up for its type of damage. Like usually there's a pop up, but nothing came up.
So that's the thing with that's one of the differences with Foundry.
Makes sense. Okay.
So you have to just pay, like if you mouse over your damage, it tells you what the dice were. So in this case, it was a 6 and a 2. So for Chaos Bolt, you can cast that at a higher level. So first level, or you can cast it, I would say at this point, cast it at third level, right?
Okay.
So you
Sure.
cast your Chaos Bolt. If you check on Chaos Bolt, it'll actually tell you. So your options are, like if you look down the bottom of the spell on there, you rolled, what was it, a 6 and a 2?
Mm-hmm.
So it was a 6 and a 2, so it's either poison damage or cold damage.
Oh, I see. Okay.
You get to choose which one, but both dice are that damage.
Yeah.
And you would be doing a total of let's see, you cast it at higher levels,
I think it's
so it's an
2d8
additional
plus
no it's
3d6.
additional d6 extra damage at higher levels. So it would have been 2d8 plus 2d6. So just roll 2d6. So I got total of 9 from the first one. If you roll 2d6,
It's a 2. A 2 and a 1.
so that's 3.
If you cast it at third level, it should be 3d6.
3? Okay.
No, oh yeah, because it's actually, that's right. Its base damage is 1d6.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, one more d6.
So 1.
Okay, total 14. But what type of damage did you do?
I would do cold damage.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you splash it in the face as a retort for it. It basically raking at your side with its spear, and you could see the frost actually collect on its face as it shakes and like the ice crystals come splashing off. Is that all you are doing?
Yes, that would be all I'm doing.
Okay. Edie.
All right. So Okay, so what I'm gonna do is see how far away all of these guys are. Hey, we love to see it. Okay, so right in the center of all of these guys, I just as a heads up for you, I took my movement last turn, and that's how I'm over here on the edge of the island. Now in the center of these 3 marrows, I am going to drop a shatter.
Damn.
And that should hit all of them.
You're gonna drop it right here.
Yeah, like in the middle
And
of this.
what's the radius
yeah.
on that?
It is a 10-foot.
Yep,
10
you will
foot
miss.
sphere.
You will miss everyone. Nope.
Nice. That's good.
Yep, you'll miss
Nice.
Charlotte because she's down below.
Sweet. Okay. So I'll do that, and she is above the ground a little bit, but there is that lightning that you guys saw at the table that day that like knocked her out. That like crackles through her eyes and out her hands, and she just like pretty much drops a seismic charge in the middle of all of those guys, and it just rings and like it leaves an echo in your eardrums.
Kind of sound like.
So that. Oh, that is no bad. 1, 4.
No saving throw, right?
It is
for half?
a con 15 for half. Yes.
Okay. One of them fails. Go ahead.
Okay, so the one that fails takes 12. The ones that don't take 5.
6.
Okay, I thought you wanted to round down. Sounds good.
Well, half of 12 is 6. So it's gonna. I'm not gonna cheat you out of it.
I appreciate it.
You're getting the full benefit of it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I have to roll again. That one. Yep, he fails.
Nice.
Minus D4, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it lights them up. You can see like scales chipping off of their body and go flying in different directions. You kind of turn these things into chum. Is that all you're doing?
Yep, I took 15 feet of my movement, and I'm gonna stay right there.
All right. Veerle,
Hey, hi.
you're up.
Cool. I will move 5 feet forward. And then I will,
This one looks
Attack.
really hurt.
yeah, I will start with attacking that one.
That's the one you initially said hello to.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh, hi.
That will be 13 to hit.
That hits.
Kill beans. Oh, I get to reroll that. 10 points of damage.
To this one? Mm. It is barely functioning at this point. And if you haven't guessed, the aura around these monsters is an indicator of how badly they are hurt.
Hmm.
It starts at a bright shade of green, goes down to shades in between, down to red.
Did not notice.
Very much.
Just to let you know.
I will hit him with my second attack. That will be a 14 to hit.
That hits, yeah.
Cool.
Father,
I got to reroll that. It's another 10.
it only had 1 hit point left.
Okay, and then for my bonus action, I will swing my scimitar around and hit the other one with the back of it.
Nice.
That is 8 plus 7. 15.
That hits.
That's only one. That's 3 points of damage. Not as good.
All right. Is there anything else that you would like to do? That you have the ability to do? Okay.
No.
Okay, the Marrow's turn. Both of the Marrows briefly look at each other and take the disengage action and dive deep into the water.
Hello there.
They swim
Charlotte's
a little faster,
underneath, like,
so they are actually an additional 40 feet below you, Charlotte.
Did one of them Marrow move?
They took the disengage action, so you won't get to attack them with an opportunity.
Sentinel.
Oh, you son of a...
that's so sexy of you. That's so sexy of you.
Just
That's so
really
sexy of you.
escape. Why don't you?
That will only
That's
be
really
10
funny.
to hit.
That misses. Okay, so it does escape.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm sorry, I tried.
that was hype as fuck, though.
That would have been so amazing.
God, that was so good.
You will not be able to catch them, Charlotte,
Hmm.
because they will be able to outmove you without a problem.
I don't even think Charlotte would have even attempted to like hurt them at this point. I think she knew that taking out the witch was the key there.
I love that you're like Sentinel.
Sentinel.
Fuck.
Veerle loves a Sentinel play.
I'm Sentinel. All right, so we can stop the music, and we're gonna take this back to our role play scene,
break.
but we are going to be taking a break. So I'm just gonna move this over to the role play scene.
Dun, da, 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 da.
And I have to make Veerle, you are now live. And I will turn your
Eh?
nameplate
Nameplate on?
on. Yeah. Your name. There you are. All right, so we are going to take our 15-minute break, and when we get back, we're going to be able to work in our next player. You're all standing around. The bodies of the Marrow are just kind of floating lazily in the water, as you know, most creatures of the sea, when they die, end up floating. The bodies end up rising. And already you can see crabs coming out of the sand or from the water itself, and are moving up, and are already starting to pick apart the little pieces of these Marrow that you already carved off that are just laying in the sand. So nature itself is indicating that it's going to reclaim what you left. But the water right now is thick with this dark black red blood from the chum that you guys basically created. And you do know that that can be problematic when you're in the water, because it is blood. So
Gross.
I'm gonna let you guys take it from here.
Well, Charlotte was underneath the water, so she emerges kind of in front of Oz.
Mhm.
And she just embraces you with like a hug, and she says, I killed the witch. She's gone. I'm guessing you've dealt with everything up here.
Yeah, everything's dealt with up here, Charlotte. I can't believe it. Wow, that's crazy. How are you feeling? Are you okay?
I've been better.
I'm sure. Okay, let's get you to shore. And Oz would, seemingly kind of help and gesture towards like maneuvering Charlotte a little bit. Probably closer towards Edie and Cardia, I would imagine we'd go.
Yeah, at this point you don't need to utilize the map.
Yeah.
Your positioning, you could just go wherever you need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys okay? Is everybody all right? Where's Charlotte? Where's Charlotte? She went under the water. Is she okay?
I'm here. I'm okay.
And
Just,
she's gonna wait. Are you coming over to us? Wait, are you coming over to us? Come here.
I'm coming. Yeah. I don't have any I don't have any wounds actually. Just
No,
some-
no, it's okay. And she's just gonna like do a little like she's like walking around you because you're so taller than her, and she's like lifting up different parts of your clothes. Are your clothes wet? How does
Yeah.
water work in that kind of way?
Yeah, no, everything's still wet.
Yeah, she's definitely sogged.
Okay, I have a little blanket in my inventory, so I'm gonna take it out and be like, here, take this. You gotta warm up, okay?
Oh, okay. All right. But yes, no wounds, just some internal ones. And she kind of looks at the elephant in the room. Thank you, I guess. I'm Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte. I'm Alithia?
You didn't sound too
You
confident
don't sound
about that.
sure about that.
What is the passive perception of all of you who are standing there?
15.
16.
And if you have it trained, what is your passive medicine check? Be 10 plus your medicine score.
16.
All right. So
Hey.
pretty much all of you notice that this new individual has a gash in her scalp.
Ooh.
And obviously,
That would do it.
since she was laying in the surf, initially it wasn't showing, but now that combat is over and you're actually able to see this person, it is now once again leaking blood.
Ooh.
Lady freaks out immediately and runs over. Okay, calm down. I'm prepared for this situation. May you please, you're tall, I'm assuming, right? You're normal sized at least. Okay,
Yeah.
Elves
very
on
small.
my world are generally tall.
Okay. Small. Okay, okay. And she kind of, even though she just saw you fighting, she kind of like carefully like reaches out to take your arm. You can hold on to me if you need help. Just kneel real quick.
You don't need to be
Right?
alarmed. She's very good at what she does.
Yeah. Okay. Can I do a medicine check to kind of see what's going on and if I can help?
Okay. Yeah, do a medicine check. You get advantage on this.
Cool. Well, I might not need it. Let's find out. Might as well just go off.
And yes, you
Queen.
can guidance yourself on this, obviously.
Okay, well, I got a 24 on my first one with guidance.
You can see, like, you're examining it. You realize this is bad. This is a really bad
Ooh.
cut. It's probably going to leave a scar, even with your healing. Because you're kind of, you're looking in her hair and you're parting the hair, and you see skull.
God. Oh, Jesus. Lady says that out loud. She goes, oh, geez. Oh, man. Okay. Don't worry. Everything is okay, and I'll be all right. I don't exactly have anything in my inventory. Can I use my herbalism kit to make anything that might kind of help out here?
You would need, not herbalism, you would need a healer's kit.
Why the fuck do I not have a healer's kit?
You
You
should.
don't have one?
I don't think I've ever even seen it as like an option.
I've told you
So
to
I
add
didn't-
that
Herbalism
before.
kit?
No,
The
I've
healers
never.
that you had.
I have never heard of a healing
I
kit
have one
until
too.
this moment right now.
Aren't you proficient with it?
My herbalism kit?
Oh, you're only proficient with herbalism kit. That's why.
I don't know. I have no clue how to even find what I'm proficient in. Oh, I have
Bottom
calligrapher
left.
supplies and herbalism kit.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you need
I
to-
truly, I had no
Eba.
clue healing. You guys were like, "Where's the healing kit?" I didn't know it existed until right now.
Oh,
But
no.
you can use spells.
Right.
But like to cure a gashing wound that
So,
shows
Yes.
skin,
What-
what do I need to do for that?
And just cast any kind of like curing
Cure
spell.
wounds.
It accelerates the healing process of the person. That's basically the way it's described. So
Okay,
you
does
would
it-
literally, you would like kind of hold it closed as you cast the spell, and it would close up the wound.
If I just did it at a first level, would that be fine? Because I could technically do it at a second or third level.
Well, at this point, you're out of combat, so you can do it at whatever level you want.
Okay, I just didn't know
I'm
if
not
it would
about to
matter.
jump you guys again. Like, okay,
Okay.
everyone roll initiative now. Those two
I'm ready
Meryl
for
come back.
anything. Okay, I'll go ahead and cast Cure Wounds on her. Okay, there's not much that I can do. I haven't upgraded my herbalism kit yet. So hopefully I'll do that in the future. And she takes a little pen, and under one of her feathers she writes healer's kit, you freaking fool. Okay, anyways, so I cured your wounds for now, and let me see. Shoot. And she realizes she kind of gave away her blanket to Charlotte, and she kind of sheepishly turns around. Hey, you guys got a towel or a blanket? Not you, Charlotte. Don't you dare. Hey,
No,
you guys got a towel or a blanket?
You can absolutely have this one. I'm absolutely fine. I think our
Well,
our,
you know,
friend-
Charlotte, that's
It's
really,
soaked at
really
this
kind of
point.
you, but soaking wet plus bleeding equals
Well,
disease.
I can get rid of the water. I can just prestidigitate it away.
Oh, okay. I mean, that works. Prestidigitation plus wet blanket equals dry blanket plus bleeding equals no disease.
Right, something like that. There's a lot of blood in this pool here, and a lot of things will be attracted to that. Maybe we should head back to the ship and reconvene there.
Hold on, before we do, are you Edie will look over. Are you dying? Are you by yourself? Like, I'm pretty sure I saw a body in the water. I'm not sure if that was you. Are you alone? Do you know? Should we go check for more people?
I do not know. I think I came here with people, but I don't really remember.
Okay. I'm gonna just fly up a little bit, and then I'm just gonna make sure that she was in fact the body that I saw in the water. Because if she wasn't, we're gonna have a bad time.
Yes, the body that you saw on the other side of that wall is gone. So you can assume that was now this person.
Yeah, I'll touch back down. Okay, so that was you. I didn't see any evidence of anybody else.
Well, I mean, before we were sprung up on, there, and she points like behind. There's a. I mean, we found that ship wreckage there. Were you a part of that?
Oh yeah, that's true.
Do not know.
That's
Where
okay.
are we?
I don't really know myself. We're away off the coast from the city of Imbar. I know that much. We're heading to the 4 Point Isles.
All right.
Wait. You're safe with us, though. You can climb aboard, and we can give you, food and shelter and warmth. You can trust us.
I don't think I have my stuff. Did I have stuff? You all were.
You do have
backpack.
that blade, so the backpack?
I do not have my backpack.
We haven't seen no backpack.
You notice the only container that
Oh.
she has is attached to her belt. It's a belt pouch.
Is she like Charlotte giving off any vibes? Like, you know how Charlotte screams Fae, like she's done stuff with, she has Fae interaction. There's something on there, and like,
Give me an
is
investigation check, please.
you got it. Eh, 10 trash.
Yeah. No, you don't see anything. Nothing specific, anyway.
Okay.
Do we mind if we move now?
Would you like to take her back to the ship? So we can just take that there.
Do you want to come back to the ship with us?
We can't leave ours here.
Sure, staying on the island seems more dangerous.
We can make sure you're okay if you come with us.
Yeah, and the lady here, who's exceptional at healing, she can look after you and provide more healing if necessary.
At this point, the wound has closed on her head. You can see there is definitely a kind of a little bit of a line where it was. But that's easily covered by her hair. Give a little bit a better description, by the way, now that they see you up close. Did you go with the kind of like that ash colored skin, like the lighter? Okay.
Yeah.
Charlotte, actually give me a history check with advantage.
Yes. I believe in you.
Not with those rolls.
Wow. I can't give you guys help because go for it. You don't know. Go ahead. Take it away.
Yeah. Better description is she has elf ears. What? We're all shocked. Black
Clearly
hair.
an elf, yes.
Yes, she's literally an elf. Wow. Half of her hair is like tied up. It's a little bit shorter. It's like kind of bobbish.
Mhm.
Yeah, she wears like full armor, cool scimitar, and one of her eyes does actually have color. One of them is white, and the other one is red.
What type of armor?
Not great.
I wear very good armor.
It is plate.
is-
It is plate mail.
I was going to say, is it leather
Yes.
or metal? Okay.
But
You don't know me.
you do know that it is made of mithril.
Oh shit! They get the fancy shit.
Ooh, big bank.
Is that like canonic to elves in your world still?
What, mithril?
Yeah.
Can be. If you actually got your history roll, I'd give you more information, but it's only so much I can do.
Double threes.
So yes, you bring her back to the ship at this point.
Yeah,
Okay.
along with that chest full of our carpenter's tools.
I guess
Yes.
the bag of potatoes as well.
It
Why
was
not?
a bag of potatoes and a
lemon
bag of
and
lemons.
potatoes. Yeah.
Take the food. Make ends with the chef.
And so you'll return to the ship, and
Ooh, sorry, 1 second. Before we do that, can I loot the hag stuff?
what hag
The
stuff?
witch's stuff. Is her body still there?
No.
Soggy witch.
Oh no.
Okay, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
She's chum at this point, probably about 60 feet below the water. Thanks to somebody.
Edie, as a druid, has a deep respect for nature. She's just, honestly, the ocean is just not her cup of tea. She's just like, ugh.
Not her cup of salt water.
I hate it here. There's no hierarchy, there's no respect, there's nothing. Your ecosystem is what? You all just hang out here? I hate it.
All right. So back on the ship, you climb back aboard. You return with the shore boat, and you can see at this point there is a lot of new timber. Well, not brand new timber. It's definitely used and already seasoned. And the crew, you can hear the crew talking, and they're talking about they managed to salvage a good amount. Like they salvaged enough that they'll be able to actually repair the damage of the planks that had been damaged in the hull. And like they've already repaired that, and they've grabbed enough that they can actually have new stores. And you can see the Dunwick, who is the male gnome, and he's complaining, but there is only so much I can do without my tools.
Well, that looks like
And-
it's about to change. Here you go.
My tool chest. Where, by the passions, did you find it?
It washed the shore on that atoll over there.
Washed ashore? That should have sunk deep beneath the waves. That tells me whatever that was stole it.
Yes.
Thank you for recovering it. It's, well, of dire importance, especially with what we need to do.
Right, of course.
Now, we have repaired the planks that were damaged, but there is something even worse. There are several splits and cracks in the keel itself. This isn't something that we're going to be able to repair here. I've done what I can to patch it. But one more big storm like that, and we're swimming.
Where's the nearest kind of port we could dock at that would be
The
able to help it?
Captain Tenacity, female tiefling, jet black skin, steps forward. Her deep gold eyes have she has that stoic look about herself, but right around the edges you can tell that there is some trepidation. There's a little bit of worry back there. We've got a real problem, friends. And the only place I can think of in any distance where we might be able to repair the hull. Don't say it, Captain. I am sorry. It is the Isle of Tyrants. But that means we're going to be stuck there for at least a week. We've got to dry dock the ship and then repair the keel. I understand what it will take to repair, but we don't have a choice. If we try to limp to the nearest port, we will all drown. There's a kind of like a murmur going around in the crew at this point. The Isle of Tyrants carries a very heavy weight, and clearly there is some kind of reputation for this island. And you hear a mention of things like one-eyed giants and terrible lizards and all manner of beasts, and even talk of ghosts. The isle is haunted. We better get to move on.
Okay.
Crew, to your stations. We are to make underway. And a female human comes forward, and she has kind of like a deep, almost like coffee colored skin, and she has dreads that are all tied up into a single top knot that just kind of sprouts from her head in a chaotic burst. You heard her, crew. To your stations. And who is this, Charlotte? And she gestures towards the newcomer. Treasure you seek from the witch?
I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm guessing you've seen the fights that happened.
Aye, we did.
Our friend, our new friend here was unfortunately washed up on the same atoll as the carpenter's tools were. She joined us in the fight, and it was very useful. We've obviously, as you can see, took her on board, but she needs medical attention and shelter. We couldn't just leave her out there.
Well, Danwick, you know what has to be done. Take her below. See to her wounds. Clearly she's a victim of the storm and the demons. Aye, first mate.
We would be happy to pay for her fares and whatnot as well.
We are not animals. We do not turn away those who are victims.
Okay.
She has by rights of the sea passage in safety. However, if she can work, it is expected that she do so. If you are going to use up our supplies, then you must earn it. This is but fair. And she turns on her heels and starts heading off to amidships, calling out to the crew who are busy getting the ship underway, lowering sails and checking rigging, and slowly but surely the ship lurches into motion as the wind picks it up and pushes the wounded vessel out to sea. I'm going to do a little bit of a time jump here.
Mm-hmm.
Over the next 2 days, you get to know somewhat, the crew, and you realize in that time that your new companion has very little memory of anything. She has flashes of dreams that she had that she's not sure if they are memories or bits of nightmare. She has some recollection of the demon things that you fought. She knows her name, and she knows the name of the weapon that she carries, so it's clearly hers. But other than that, she doesn't really seem to know much. But the crew has taken to her. Oh, and in that time, you do finally figure out, Charlotte, that she is an ash elf. Ash elves live in the Evernight, which is basically my version of the Underdark. And their lot as an elven kingdom is to stand guard in the Adamantine Gate, which is this great wall that they built at one side of their citadel that guards against an open rift into Avernus, the first plane of hell. So they literally prevent demons and devils from en masse invading Sol Boreal. So, but they tend to have, they're very stoic. They're not generally flamboyant. They do tend to, they love life as a people and they celebrate it, but they're not prone to unnecessary frivolity. They're not, it's just a matter of what they face on a daily basis. So, and because all elves adapt to their environment, the ash elves' skin they can vary from the color that you see before you, which is a lighter gray color, to as black as jet, like the gemstone. And their eye color, even though you said you have one white eye and one red eye.
Red.
They have a gem-like quality to them. So the light reflects off of them, not quite faceted, but if it was like a polished gemstone. So one is kind of like an opaline, and the other one is more like a ruby color. So, obviously they're very lithe and, in this case, pretty well muscled. So while you don't know, or neither she knows her past, you can tell that she definitely knows her way around a sword and combat. Oh, and also in that time, Edie, who has been sort of paying attention to this thing, during the time when they were treating her wounds and things like that, and she was out of her armor, there was something around her neck, and it was a brass, almost like a vial, like a tube that was, it was a glass tube that's framed in the brass, and inside of it looked like some kind of a tooth or something. Like it looks like a tooth or a claw or some kind of thing.
That's sick. I respect that.
And you'd be able, if you get a chance to actually examine it, I'll let you make some rolls. But this is all you saw. And it's hanging around her neck. So, by the afternoon of the second day, you can hear the cries of the spotter, Adri Hawkspur. Land! Land ho! We are approaching the Isle of Tyrants. And the captain, peering up, acknowledges and then starts barking out orders. And you all can see it off in the distance. Its first marking being this dark, thick, black plume of smoke coming off behind a landscape of heavy, dense jungle. So in that time, as you're approaching, you hear like the rumble of what must have been the growl coming from that volcano, but it eventually settles down, and you can see the shore. There's a lot of rocky shoals around there, but after sailing around for a little while, they find a place where they might be able to actually pull the ship onto land. They explain the process of what they're going to have to do is they literally have to pull the ship with ropes up onto the sand. Then they have to basically build a sort of a brace that lifts the ship off the sand, which means they're going to have to cut down some trees and, do some woodwork, some carpentry and things like that to raise the ship up so that they can get at the keel, which is the bottom spine of a ship, for those of you who don't know. And then they're going to have to actually replace the timber of the keel. By collecting that wood from somewhere in the jungle, they'll have to find suitable trees. There are usually hardwoods that they can use for this kind of a thing, but they're going to have to locate it, and then they're going to have to like actually cut this down, treat it, and then repair the ship. So this could take about a week to actually complete. So the ship is coming in, and it gets close enough so that people can, like, they actually get it in so that it actually kind of hits a sandbar and slowly glides into the sand, at which point the crew gets out and using heavy ropes. And you guys are also asked to help with this. I can see Cardia is like, grabbing them, trying to fly and like pull.
Yeah.
And eventually, slowly but surely, the ship is actually dragged onto the sand. And as it gets up onto the sand, they are using logs that some of the crew has already cut to kind of brace it to keep the ship from leaning too much. And the crew starts to go to work. But Cookie Harvax, the female black dragonborn, comes up. Captain, we've still got a problem. There's a lot of the food stores that have been spoiled by something. Can only explain it must have been related to those things. When they stole, they also did damage to our food. Don't know how. We are running short. If it wasn't for the potatoes and the lemons, we might be starving already. The captain approaches you. I'm going to have to ask you a favor. My crew is going to be 100% busy repairing this ship. Now, this island is full of all kinds of food, between wild boar and papaya and lemons and bananas. I would ask you, would you try and locate and gather some of these things while we do the work?
Yeah, why not? We'll do our bit.
Excellent. You will be compensated, of course. And she thanks you, claps you on the shoulder. And we are going to cut away. Everyone, Let us say hello to our latest and newest member,
Oh.
Amy K. Let me
Hello.
ta-da!
Hello. Hi.
All right, so Amy, from the safety and shadows of the jungle, you initially saw this ship on the horizon, which clearly draws your interest. And periodically, as the ship was slowly trying to make its way around the island, you were following its progress, and eventually it actually came towards the shore and actually beached itself in the sand. To you, this is amazing. You've only ever seen ships in part wash up on shore that have been dashed upon the rocks, cast aside by the storms, and very rarely have you ever seen any ships get this close other than a shore boat. And those people on those boats tended to be really unpleasant folks. So you stayed hidden until they left. But this group, I mean, you can see for the most part, the crew of this ship are very typical that you would find on a ship. Not as rough and tumble or gruff or mean as some of the other ships that have come in, but there are a few individuals that really stand out. They are dressed in much finer clothing, things that you aren't used to seeing, but things that you have experienced. So you're watching their exchange, the work that they're doing, and you decide at this point to go and head back and report to the captain what you have seen. Bring up that list. One second. There we go. All right, so you make a beeline back to the to your campsite, where your crew is eagerly awaiting your return. Several of them, greet you heartily, clap you on the back as you come in. And there in his normal spot is the captain. What news do you bring from the shoreline? You're muted.
Really?
Yeah, you were just now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can
Yeah.
hear you now.
Let me do it again, just like a little freak out. Captain Wilson. There's others. I think they're nice this time. Captain.
What do you mean others?
Well, first Alberto said that there was someone out there. He saw up from up high, and I was hiding and I was looking at them, and I think they're good ones.
You hear from somewhere up above. Aye, Captain, I did see it. I totally saw it quite a distance away. She's telling you the truth.
Alberto says so, Captain, but I didn't see any Jack or ensign. I don't know if they're one of bad ones, but I think that we could make friends with them. I think that they would talk back.
Are you sure, lassie?
Well, I'm not really sure. They could. I don't want anyone to hurt our crew, obviously, but I think that we should try and make contact. Maybe you should. Maybe you should speak.
Dinner? You hear from a yell from behind the captain. We don't have enough food. Not enough chairs.
And can you please just a little bit extra potatoes? It's fine. Just take it from the garden.
Don't mind him. If you think they're worth your time, aye, bring them over.
Can you help me, Captain? Could you talk to them first? It's been a while since I've talked to anyone, and I'm just a little nervous. Maybe you could take the lead on this one.
No. Don't worry, lass. I've got
Thank
you.
you.
I've got your back. Your captain's
Thank
not
you,
leaving you. not leaving you behind.
I knew you would never do that, Captain. I knew you wouldn't.
Barnacle Barry speaks up.
I think you've got this, lassie. You could do this. I totally believe in you.
And he starts
Barry.
scratching at his face, which is all like, is scabby, which gives him his nickname of Barnacle Barry.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I could get some sort of cream for that, but later on, after I speak with our new possible friends, maybe maybe someone to play cards with. I know you really like cards.
Yeah, but you are always cheating, as far as I know.
Dirty Dan speaks up.
Dan, I do not cheat. Martha can attest to it. She has a good view.
That's quite true. She never cheats, not even once. Don't worry, dear.
Thanks.
I'm not going to tell him.
See?
I give you
See?
the answers.
Thank you, Martha. All right. Okay. Pan, extra potatoes, and you all just sit and wait. Just be quiet, please, because we don't want to scare them. And Captain Wilson and I will go and try to make first contact.
I'm not washing their dishes, so they're going to have to do that themselves.
Fine. I'll wash their dishes. It's fine.
Right. Shall we get this over with?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do this.
So you gather up the captain and you lead him back towards the shore. And when you arrive at the edge of the woods, you can see at this point the crew kind of have a bit of the hull actually stood up, and it's definitely braced, and you can see that they're slowly working longer basically logs, sections of trees that they're kind of using, and they're hammering into place that's starting to lift the ship off the sand. And they they're hard at work, but that group that really stood out to you, they're starting to make their way up the shore and are kind of looking around at this point. What is the passive? Actually, give me a stealth check.
Me?
With advantage, yes. If you would.
All right, this is where we see if I did the Beyond 20 correctly.
If it doesn't pop up, it's okay. You can just tell me. Did it roll?
Yes, I got an 8. No, did it roll again? What's going on?
Well, it's not porting over to the thing.
Sorry. I got a 9, but I think that
Is
there's
that with
something I need to
advantage?
click. +1.
Well,
so
you
no.
rolled twice and take the higher of the two, so.
So higher of the 2 is 9. So I rolled a 3 for the second one.
Oh,
Which-
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Yep, it did finally pour it out, by the way.
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it did work. Okay. And it.
So-
oh yeah, look at that. Okay.
So as you guys are, the rest of the group is, you're making your way up the sandy beach. You can see like it's peppered with coconut palms. So it's a real contrast. Like there are loose singular trees or small copses of trees along the actual shore itself. But once you get to the jungle, it is like thick. It's just super dense. And you can see like the rustle of some tall ferns. Something moved that is definitely larger than a small mammal. Moved in the brush, which kind of puts you guys on alert, so you're not sure what's going on.
Did you guys see that?
Yes, she only got a 9, so she
Yeah.
didn't beat anyone's passive. You don't know what it is.
No, I was saying that in character.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay.
All I know is
Yeah.
that we were just told that this place is haunted. So I don't know if we should check it out.
those stories that she was telling us, Captain Tenacity, they were scary ones, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
You
Does
guys are
anyone
gonna
have?
hear a lot of ghost stories the next couple months on the seas. You can't believe them all.
How do we
People have
know if
superstitions
it's
for a reason.
how are we ever gonna know if it's a ghost or if it's a not ghost?
Like
Think
this,
of them
and I'll
as
push
something
into
fun,
the I'll push
Cardia.
into the weeds and say, "Hello, Bartholomew Ghost."
Amy,
Stop it.
give me a what is your passive perception? It'd be on
Where
the
do I
left
see
side.
that?
It would be on the left side of your under sense,
Oh,
right around
my
senses.
passive wisdom, passive perception is 16.
So you're watching them have this exchange, but you're also aware that there's something else around you. Something big starts moving, and in your peripheral vision, you see something in the trees. And when you look up, you know you've seen these before. They are tropical hunters. They are gorillas, basically.
Mhm.
They are primates, but they have 4 arms. And they are very aggressive. But they're also fairly stupid and can be easily spooked.
Interesting.
If only you had some way of
Yes, interesting.
helping the
Um,
situation.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to pull out my pan flute
Okay.
and I'm going to play an eerie little ditty and see if I could scare this thing away.
So the rest of you standing on this shore are surprised when 2 very large sapien forms fall out of the thick jungle and land on the ground and begin to bark in that that gorilla kind of thing, and like with their forearms start beating their chests and getting like posturing, and then all of a sudden this haunting tune that seems to echo. It has a bit of like reverb, like very ethereal sound to it, begins to come from somewhere in the forest, and both of
God.
these creatures stop and like start looking up and around, and immediately the 2 of them take off in different directions, crashing through the underbrush, crying in fear in this staccato of barks as they disappear into the jungle.
Lady, I think that is a ghost.
I think you're right. That's what I was just about to say. Why are we doing this, you guys?
I mean, most of you need to eat, right? If you don't need to, then why are we doing this?
What do you mean by that? Do you not eat?
Right? They asked us to get food, right?
No,
Don't- it
I
is
no,
like
I understand that. It sounds like you're implying that you don't eat.
well, I'm saying that having food will be a much bigger problem if it's a lot of people who need to eat.
I feel like you've just danced around that answer there, Edie.
Mm-hmm. What
Um,
if the food is haunted?
Well, it did go bad between, one day and the next, so
so Amy,
Hmm.
the captain whispering behind you says, "Well now, lass, you've played your pipes. Given away your position, there's no reason to stay hidden at this point. Perhaps we should go and say hello. I'll go
All right.
first."
Okay, thank you.
And he steps out of the forest.
Like a jump, and standing tall with confidence.
Okay. Why don't you describe what they see?
So, jumping out of the forest, you see a long and slender, just lanky looking female elf but there's, like a strength to them. Like they seem hardened somehow. Like those little noodles are toned, They're a sickly gray, but it's like with a hue of green, but they're extremely well tanned, very well tanned. They've been outside for a while. Rich dark brown hair down the middle of her back. It's knotted and unkempt, but it's braided in some parts, so you could tell there was some effort, With clothes, mostly all you can see is like a dark cloak with some silver trim, but underneath maybe you can kind of see that there's like a shark hide outfit decorated with fish and shell motifs, cinched with a belt on her waist carrying a variety of tools and survival things. Peeking over her shoulder is what looks like a regular farming scythe that you cut wheat with. The first thing that draws your eye, though, is that her face is completely covered with a mask that is carved of that of a man, and it's like a coconut. So the bristles of the hair of the coconut's kind of been fluffed out to look like a beard. But all you can see are just like long ears pointing out. So yeah, this female elf is in a power stance, chest out, head held high. And she looks at you all, I'm assuming that you're all kind of in this group here. She goes, "I suggest you go no further, ye land-loving milk drinkers. If ye value your lives. Savvy? Savvy? Savvy. Good. We're on the same page here. Now, unless ye want to become shark bait, you'll tell old Captain Wilson here your intentions on our land. And if any of yous tries to run a fib, I'll know. And I'll get my truth in the end. For dead men tell no tales, as they say."
I'm
Go
sorry.
on. Please.
Lady raises her hand and looks around at the group.
Yeah?
Me?
What? Plead your case.
Well, first, before I plead my case, I just was kind of wondering, because I've never heard of this before. What's a fib bomb?
A lie. Lie to my face. Don't try telling me a lie. A fib? Gosh, they don't even know C-speak.
But why would you call it a bomb?
A what?
A bomb? You said a fib bomb.
A fib?
Bomb.
Look, no use talking about how I talk. All I need to know is what you were doing here.
Okay,
what you got with my land.
Do you really want to know what we're doing here?
That's why I heard.
Okay, and Lady looks around to the group and just takes a giant deep breath. Okay, hello, my name is Lady.
Heavy.
This is my name is Lady, and that is Charlotte, and that is Evie, and that is Azalea, and this is this new person. I don't honestly know her really well. She got a head injury. She doesn't remember her name, and I don't really remember her right now either. So we were at a school called Strixhaven, and then we're getting in trouble at Strixhaven, and we found a few friends, and then those friends left, and then we did cheese heist, and then the cheese heist worked out totally fine, and then Charlotte met her mom, and then a few other people left, and then we got some new friends, and then they stuck with us for a while, and we decided that we were going to hit the open sea because we need to find some of our pieces of our family. That's right, Azalea over there. You don't know her yet, but that's Azalea. Azalea has a sister named Elena, but she actually left, and we don't know where she is right now, but she'll come back later probably. So we're trying to find Oz's dad. And also, I forgot to mention, my parents died and I'm being framed for murder, so we're trying to figure out what's going on with that, because I swear to God, I didn't do it. That is not a fib bomb. She told me to tell her everything. So I'm just telling you.
People that we're running from people that know that lady.
Okay, but now she knows that I didn't murder anybody, because I would never tell you a fib bomba like that. That is ridiculous, and I promised that I wouldn't. So then we finally got a ship, and we were still into seas, and everything was going really well, but then we got attacked by something, so I called down this pretty lady from the heavens, and she fixed everything, but things were stolen. So we found a witch. This girl, I don't know, she just fell, and she came out of the water. I don't even know where she came from, quite honestly. But she hurt her head. She doesn't remember anything. Charlotte went up to the witch and was like, "Wow, wow, wow," and then she's dead. And then we came here because we need to go back. And now we've found you, and you seem really cool, and your coconut friend seems cool. And that's all the truth. I swear to God, you can pull out one of my feathers if I'm lying.
Coconut
I'm not sure will hurt you.
And this elf reaches up and slowly pulls off the mask to reveal a young wood elf with large, dark brown eyes staring at you uncomfortably, with a worried look on her face. It's unsettling though, because her eyes have like a dullness, like the light just refuses to shine in them. But she's still like maintaining eye contact as she puts her hand behind her waist, puts the mask on her belt, and pulls out a human skull and straps the mask to it, actually. Puts the mask on it. Captain, I think you came on a bit strong. They look really scared. The one on the left may have soiled their breeches. Come on, they're harmless. Can we speak to them? I think you're right, lassie. This is nothing but a bunch of chicken-hearted scallywags. So you think they tell truth? Can we be friends?
I'm beside myself.
I think they are. And the skull is talking to you. All right, you're safe for now. But one wrong move, and I'll feed you to the fishes.
Yes, sir.
I apologize for the theatrics, but he has a whole crew to protect after all. You can understand why the captain is so protective, right?
And Lady just goes, uh-huh.
Oh,
And like turns toward the rest of the crew and just like, uh-huh.
oh. Well, you all see very nice, and I listened, and you mentioned that you needed food. I have food. I can help with food. Actually, Pan, he has a stew going. It's very famous. It's his famous potato and scallop stew. It's really good. He adds like rosemary to it.
How many
You'd like-
people are in your crew?
Oh, well, then 11. Me makes 13, I believe. 13 of us.
Oh, okay. That's my lucky number. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just sort of like glance over at Azalea and Charlotte and even the new girl and just be like, okay.
You kind of hear Charlotte say to herself, maybe I should have stayed in my room.
So, would you all like to come back to the Sea Gallop? And we can have some stew together.
I'm sorry, did you say the gallows? Because I'm not going there.
Dinner.
Okay, dinner sounds good. Gallows, not good.
No, Sea Gallop.
Okay,
Gallop.
all right. That sounds better. Okay.
Okay.
Lady kind of took a step up to talk to you, so now she's like, uh-huh.
Oh,
And kind of steps behind Azalea and Charlotte, just like, that's you guys
just
first.
right this way. Right this way. Come on.
Lead the way.
She disappears into the jungle, but it's easy to follow her. She leads
there
you,
is a
like,
path.
paths. Yeah, but it's very well hidden. Like, unless you knew what you were doing, you would easily get lost. And she just kind of like weaves through the trees, eagerly stopping to make sure that you guys are not getting lost, checking to make sure you're all still behind her. And eventually you arrive at the Sea Gallop. Why don't you describe what they see?
So, first of all, in the area around the Sea Gallop, there's crates and barrels filled with various items like decor, bottles, random metal pieces like, hinges and siding, clothing, whatever. Just like crates full of stuff, and they're kind of askew, but they're well organized. And there's kind of like a path in the distance. You can maybe see like a garden protected by some metal grates. And if you look up, there's smoke from a fire, which you can assume is Pan making his famous stew. But as you arrive, you see there is a gate made of rotting wood, and the closer you look, you notice that it's pieces of wall fashioned together, like ship wall. And in the center, there is an ornate but very dirty door that has a cleaned and shined plaque with the words "Captain's Quarters." And above that is a plank of wood with the words "Sea Gallop" painted on it. The door is missing a doorknob, but there's a paddle made into a lever added to keep it, locked. Sitting to the left of the door is a figurehead of a horse with a mermaid tail, which is also known as a hippocampus. And it's from a ship, so it's huge. And to the right is a log with a coconut on top with sticks that you can only assume are arms because it's holding an oar upside down with the end carved all pointy. This coconut has a poorly drawn smiley face on it with crusty dark red lips and a wig that's very realistic. Low to the ground, there's fisher's line tied to surrounding trees with strings of seashells and old cans hanging off of it. So it's pretty obviously a rudimentary alarm system. And Illyria looks back at you. Well, whatever, you didn't ask her name, but the elf turns around and looks back at you and goes, "Oh, watch out. For the alarm system, we don't want to sound the alarm and scare the others." And then she gestures towards the coconut and goes, "This is Jenny. She's one of our lookouts." And then she kind of like says to you guys so that Jenny can't hear, "She's a sweetheart, but she's got the personality of a bundle of sticks, if you know what I mean." "Jenny, how's it going? Is Alberto doing okay up in the crow's nest?" And it's his first week on watch duty. The elf gestures up to a tree off to the side with a ladder leading up to a crow's nest from a ship with another coconut person. "Oh, good. Well, these are my new friends. So they're allowed in the Sea Gallop whenever, okay? Full access. Can you please let us in, Jenny?" And she does kind of like a moment of silence, and then she leans over and pushes the oar up. "Thank you, Jenny," and salutes her. "As you were." And then she turns around and looks at you all and says, "Before we go in, I just need to tell you all something. I'm sure you may have sensed that something's a bit amiss from my apprehension. So this is a bit difficult, sorry. So inside, okay, so Alfred is, well, he's a bit of a, he's a perv is what he is. I ain't afraid to say it. He's a perv." "Captain, please, language. Yes. But yes, that's it. But don't worry. He's harmless, though. Just might make a comment is all. And I apologize beforehand if that's all right."
We thank you for warning us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll follow your lead. This is your place after all.
Okay. All right, then let's go in. And the elf puts her mask back on and opens the door. And it opens to a room made up from 2, maybe 3 different hulls of a ship, just like mashed together. The walls aren't, completely straight. They kind of curve a bit. They're lopsidey and all that stuff. But there's another flat wall in the end and a little back door that leads outside. Above you is a roof made of a collection of sails and palm leaves held up by shrouds from a ship. The floor is made up of several rugs and canvas, just like canvas pieces. The decor is a mix of beat-up furniture from the crew's quarters. It's some elaborate and expensive items typically owned from more posh types and homemade pieces made from things around the island. The largest part of the room is a makeshift library with 2 huge bookshelves filled with books. And inside, you see a crew. Well, they're dressed like a crew. There's about 10-ish of them inside that you can count. And all of them are corpses at varying stages of decomposition. And they are positioned in various situations, standing around chatting, playing cards, sleeping in the racks in the back. One is sitting next to a chest with its arm over it, and 2 particular corpses are sharing a cup of tea. And they draw your eye by the way that they're dressed a little bit differently. One is wearing a teal suit, teal waistcoat, teal breeches, big frilly neck piece, has really gaudy shoes, and his companion, is wearing an equally really elegant pink dress, and they sit at a luxurious gilded table with matching chairs and hand-tacked leather cushions. They're both tied to their chairs, of course, and one is even positioned with like the teacup to its mouth, but it's like held with a rope, you know. The most decayed sailor, which is at this point basically just a bunch of bones, is sitting on a small barrel next to the door with a long white beard, obviously and amateurly just glued on. And some of them have flowers growing out of them, some herbs too. There's just plants growing out of them. And so the elf has the mask back on. She says, "Oi, listen up, ye salty dogs. Your captain's calling all hands. We've got guests, so all of you better be on your bestest behavior, or I'll hang you from the yardarm." And then she takes the mask off and says, "Thank you, Captain," and turns to you all and says, "So, are you hungry? As I said, Pan is making his famous scallop and potato stew."
We literally just walked into King Ferrante's Lost. I don't know how many historians are here, but there was a king of Naples, and he literally did the Last Supper with his enemies' dead corpses eating food. So I personally, Hannah, am fucked up by this. Edie is a little horrified. Edie is horrified. How long have you all been here?
How long?
I'm just looking around like, guys?
Wilson, how many winters would you say we've been here? I don't rightfully know. Have you been counting? No, I haven't been counting. I thought you were counting. Alfred, were you counting? Why would I count, dear? I only met you a few years ago. Oh, that's right. Also, it's not even my birthday. Look at all these lovely ladies you brought me. My goodness. Shut your trap or I'll crush your barnacles, you son of a biscuit eater. Don't you dare ruin this for Illyria. Oh, don't get your knickers in a twist, Wilson. Just a bit of harmless fun. Yeah, that was, sorry, that was Alfred.
No,
But
Alfred.
don't worry. Captain
Alfred
Wilson's
was
got
the
it.
perv, you said, right? Yes.
Yes. Sorry, Alfred. We told them that you
Can
were...
they see Alfred yet?
It's okay. That's fine. I know what I am.
Jesus.
Amy, can they see Alfred yet?
Did we fully walk in?
It sounded like
Okay,
you
so-
did. That's why I was asking.
I fully walked in. I wasn't sure if they fully walked in as well, because I would have walked in and let them just come inside. So yeah,
Edie
my guess is-
haltingly followed. Yeah.
Yeah, so they can see Alfred. Yes.
Would you like to describe Alfred?
Oh yeah, he was the one that was mostly decomposed. He was the one that was mostly bones. You know, kind of. You could tell. I mean, because he's mostly bones, he's kind of been stuck together in various ways. You know, clay, old glue, just ropes. He's hanging on.
Isn't
literally.
he's the cook, right?
No, the
No,
cook is
that's right.
outside.
That's Pan. I'm sorry. Can they see Pan?
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to know.
No, they can't
Okay.
see Pan. No.
Okay.
Because so there's like a front, and then there's that backyard area that they haven't seen yet.
Okay.
While Charlotte's kind of
What do
taking
these
all
bones
this-
look like? Sorry.
Huh?
What do the bones look like? Has it literally been normally decomposed, or like is flesh stripped from all of these? That's the only thing I want to know.
Oh, he's not like clean. There's still like flesh hanging on.
Cool. You didn't boil them and eat them. That's great.
Oh. Oh, you mean like all the other corpses too? Oh gosh, they are different types of decomposed, but some of them are like pretty fresh. Like they look like you can see their
Alright.
face, but
Okay.
it's the decomposed.
As in,
Yeah,
they've
well-
been in the water for a little while.
Have been quite waterlogged. Yeah, they're not. One of them, I believe, is Barnacle Berry. He's pretty bloated looking.
And
from
it's
the-
covered in
from the water.
barnacles.
And he's covered in barnacles.
Of course. Sorry. Yeah. What I was going to say was, Charlotte kind of like is taking all this in, isn't really saying much. She's looking very timid, and she almost she does. She starts crying. She's not sad. There's a smile to her expression. She's not scared. It's very blatantly she's kind of happy in this moment, but for some reason it's triggering her a little bit. But you can tell she kind of gets what's going on and she enjoys it. So that's the kind of vibes. She's not saying much because she is quite shy, but that's the vibes you're getting.
Alfred, you made her cry. I'm so sorry. As I mentioned, I was really worried.
No, your crew is very lovely, and it's so kind of you all to take us in. You're much better than the crew we've got back there. We might need to trade crews, I think.
They're very good at what they do.
I am so excited to try the stew. I'm a big fan of stews in general, so
If you like, I could take you back to Pan, and he's cooking.
Right. Let's go. Right.
All right. So this elf leads you to through her little shack and opens the back door and leads you to the outside area. There isn't like a gate or anything because the brush is just so thick that you don't even need a gate. So it's just like this area that's been cleared. And it's just it's the backyard area. It's the cooking area. You can see a little fire with like a stand where there's a pot, and there's definitely a stew going, and there's somebody stirring the stew. But they're also dead. But this one's moving. He's just stirring blatantly. And he's wearing a little chef's outfit. His torso, there's a big chunk missing from it. Something must have happened there, but yeah. This one's moving. The other ones aren't, but... Pan! Oh, it smells amazing. Did you add garlic? Oh, well, of course I did, ma'am. I know how you like your garlic. Oh, so sweet of you. We brought guests. So, did you end up putting in an extra portion? Of course. Absolutely. So, Pan. Hello. This is my new friends, Pan.
Nice to meet you, Pan.
Pan's head just kind of lolls in your direction and then just kind of looks back down at the stew.
Oh.
Oh, I suppose I should probably introduce you to all of them. And then, you can kind of see inside from the back, and if you want to peer in while she's saying it, let me get this, find the list here. So, of course, that one's Alfred, as you know. This one's Pan. That one there's Bill Bones. There's Dirty Dan, Stubbs, Barnacle Berry, of course, Shelley, Wall-Eyed Willie, Jaina. Oh, and that's Martha and Vince Puffy Pants. And of course you met Wilson, and that makes 13 of us, but that's not including Jenny and Alberto because they're not really part of the crew. They just live here on the island.
You need to give them descriptions of both Stubbs and Wall-Eye Willie.
Yeah, Stubbs. He's missing his arms and legs, and instead, there's like wooden like stubs, and like some of them are actually carved with some intricate stuff, but that's because one of them is like a leg of like a chair, maybe something like that. So that's Stubbs. Wall-Eyed Willie, he's missing his eyes, but he does have like sea glass stuck in there, and it's very pretty sea glass. But that's why he's Wall-Eyed Willie, because he had to replace his eyes. And he's smiling. So, what do you think?
I think it's great. I dreamt about a place like this when I was a little girl, and it's like a dream come true. I'm very jealous.
We are a bit of a family here.
Uh-huh.
Unsurprisingly, the crew actively does not greet you.
No way.
No
Who
way.
would've
So I suppose I should get some bowls. And Alfred's like, get the ones, not the wooden bowls. These are our guests. "Oh, right. And she pulls out just like really nice fine china. But they're not all from the same set. It's like some are different sets. And she sets them down on the table, the same table that Martha and Vince Puffy Pants are at, but they're at the end having tea, so there's enough spaces for us. We might have to, we might have to put an extra chair somewhere to make us all fit. But then she goes and grabs the pot from Pan and sets it on the table and starts to divvy portions for everybody.
Pan is still stirring nothing when she does that.
He does not stop stirring. He just keeps stirring.
Is he on like a jig or is he moving by himself?
Oh, he's moving by himself. Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, Pan is really dedicated to his work. But
Yes,
for you,
yes,
and
yes.
some for you. There you are. The dinner with family, but also new friends. It's been a while since we've seen, it's been a while since we've had any guests. So this is very exciting for all of us.
This has been quite the serendipitous encounter, to say the least. We're very fortuitous. And like I said before, please accept our humble gratitude for having us and serving us food.
Oh, absolutely. I would always have invited you back because you're friends. You're friends. You're always welcome here at the Sea Gallop. So, I saw there was a ship.
Right.
And it works. It's not,
I mean, that's part of the problem. That's why we're here. Actually, we took a bit of a knock out at sea, and the underside of the ship is kind of took some serious damage. So we had to come ashore, and that's what the rest of the crew are doing. They're making repairs on it. But yeah,
the ship's broken. No, he's saying that they have some repairs going. It's fine. It's fine. Their ship still works. It can still work, right? Your ship still works.
it will. I think we need a couple. I think we need a couple of days, right, guys?
Couple
yeah.
of days. Oh, that's great. Wow. So where are you headed to?
Charlotte looks to us.
We're into the 4 Point Isles, specifically Stormgate.
4 Point Isles. Wow. I've always wanted to go there. Wilson, too, he's been there.
I mean, you could come with us.
Oh, I couldn't. I wouldn't impose, but well, if you're offering, then I suppose. Captain Wilson, we're getting off this island! Pardon me.
Captain Wilson reminds you that you can't leave without his treasure.
But Wilson. Well, there's this thing that I need to do before I leave. Maybe you all could help me since you have a few days.
Of course.
Sure. Yes, it seems like you desperately need to go somewhere else for a while, so we're happy to do whatever needs to be done.
Yes, you see, I really like this island, but, I would actually rather not be here because it's been a very long time.
It seems like it. I mean, because there's so much cool stuff here. Do you want help bringing any of it along? You don't have to bring any of it if you don't want. We don't have that much room on the ship, just so you know.
Well, if you need a chef, we have Pan.
Oh,
Our ship is territorial.
They're a little weird. Especially in the kitchen, and Pan's, I think his food is a little too fine for the rest of the people dining on the ship.
Too many cooks in the kitchen, and our chef just won't like it.
Illyria is going to try and like take notice and be if anyone's eating. She wants to make sure that her guests are eating.
Good question. Do any of you eat the stew?
Am I allowed to do like a nature check on it?
You can do a survival check, I would think, which you can make with advantage if you are proficient in cook's
Oh,
tools.
shoot. Why didn't it go
Actually, with
into the
cook's
thing?
tools or herbalist kit.
Well, I have that, so I get advantage.
Yes.
But not health. Whoever has a health kit is a fucking fool. That never comes in handy.
Fuck those
Why would you
guys.
have one of those?
Okay. Sorry. I did a 23. Okay, good. That did get through.
I'm gonna say it's good. Like it looks perfectly fine.
All right.
Does it have any meat in it or anything? Is it completely vegetarian?
This one just happens to be vegetarian.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry. Scallops. So no, it's not vegetarian.
So it's
Well,
pescatarian.
Pescatarian. Yeah.
While the others are hesitating, Charlotte is already well into taking a couple of soup. Is it like soupy or is it like
Soupy.
If it's a sea thing, it would probably have a broth rather than a gravy.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know
The
whether to
soupy
describe it as
broth.
bites or like sips or what. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be like bites. Yeah, there's like
Mhm.
chunks in there that are bigger.
Yeah, but no, she's well into it, and this is delicious. You'll have to panel have to you pass this recipe on for sure.
They like it. They like the stew, Pan. I knew they would.
Edie takes a few deliberate bites and is like, yes, really good.
Same with Lady. See, this would go to waste. Oh my god, this would go to waste on that boat. No freaking way.
Is there anyone that isn't taking a bite?
Azalea would be into it. She has lived most of her life by the sea, eating whatever. So this, no matter what's in it, probably won't kill her.
Veerle.
Yeah, delicate bites.
So you
At one point,
sipping
I'll-
at it.
Yeah, do we have
Yeah.
like utensils as well?
Yeah. There's
Yeah,
definitely.
I will like drop my utensil, and as I do that, I will pull Edie down with me and go, "You want to tell her why?"
No, I'm not saying anything.
All right, I pick up my utensil. Starting now, I don't have to eat anymore.
Yeah. This elf, definitely with her big bug eyes, was like looking at each and every one of you separately to make sure that you had taken a bite. Not like threateningly, just like just really excited. Well, I don't know any of your names. My name's Illyria Lycanwood. It's nice to
Lovely-
meet you all.
lovely name.
It's a
That's a
lovely,
lovely name.
name. Yeah.
Thank you. So, what are your names? Or
Well,
I'm Lady. It's nice. Sorry. Well, okay. So everybody gets kind of confused, and I do too. So I'm Lady Cardea, and Lady is my first name, not a title, but you can call me either.
do a description.
Oh,
Yeah, give her a
yeah,
description.
what do you
when
look
tell,
like, babe?
When you tell her.
yeah,
her
yeah.
name.
I need some descriptions. Yeah.
Okay. Think very small owl, like what, 2 feet tall, probably. I think is what we said about.
So she's an owl.
Very-
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very small. She has like a white face with brown feathers all around, and all of her brown feathers continue to have like speckles of like brown and white underneath them. She has 2 gigantically huge, just like yellow eyes, just so excited, looking at you so intensely, just like, it's so nice to meet you. And she constantly has a blue robe tied around her. It's a silk blue robe that belonged to her mom. Otherwise, there's not much on her person. She kind of carries like a little tiny bag, maybe, and there's always stuff kind of spilling out of it. And she actually is carrying a trident of fish command with her. So just like that doesn't fit in the bag. So I like the idea that throughout all this, Lady just has like a little trident with her at all times. Yeah, that's Lady.
Nice to meet you, lady.
Are you gonna mention how you're Bartholomew as well, or are we saving that?
Oh god, she doesn't know that yet. Okay, we'll get into the whole like I was framed for murder thing when it's good.
Hey,
Who's
Hey.
next?
Well, since I was just whispering to Lady, I would step up and just say, I am Zelia Nightwind. I am from the 4 Point Isles originally. Really excited to start to go home. Azalea is a human storm sorcerer, and she is about 5 foot tall. She's very petite, but she is totally a glass cannon. She knows so many like crazy, like weathery kind of spells, and she really can kind of controls like the energy and the room around her when she's in it. And depending on her mood, her eyes actually change. So her eyes are very like lilac-y light purple, but depending on if she's, anxious, mad, depending on if she's in combat, those eyes will kind of reflect whether it's like lightning or just power, energy, etc. She has jet black long hair, and then in the front right here, she just has some red hair sticking through. She wants to cover her red hair because it is related to her family. Donna!
Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Next.
I think Sam is talking, but we can't hear.
Good job.
Sorry.
Sam.
There we go.
Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Charlotte speaks up and says, yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm Charlotte Breyersong. And yeah, she you see this young kind of elven girl. She has like a soft, pale, ivory complexion. She has long locks of blonde hair, kind of parted down the middle with like two like little braided sections falling down the sides of her face. And she has like a short fringe crested over her forehead. She has bright blue eyes, but they are kind of masked a little bit from the round glasses that she's wearing. And you see kind of these like they're kind of like space buns that she's got at the top corners of her head, but in each one there's like a pink flower head. And for her attire, she's probably ditched her wizard's robes, probably due to like the climate and just the ease of them. So she's not wearing those, but what you see is this kind of like a cream off-white colored leather armor from like it's kind of like a whole like a head to toe shenanigan thing going on, but it's very like plant like in its design. And you can see kind of fixated to her back are two crossed scabbards, and you can make out what are probably like short swords that are sheathed in them. On the side of her person, you see a wand. It's like I've actually got I got the thing. Yeah, it's like a dark oak, and at the end of the wand is like a closed tulip. Very akin to if you know your Harry Potter Luna Lovegood's wand. And then kind of fixated next to that, you see a grimoire or a spell book. It's the outer surface of it is just covered in like this grassy terrain that just looks real to the eye, and it is. There's various like mushrooms and like fungi like sprouting out of the grass. You probably can't make out too much else just from a glance, but yeah, you can tell there's a spell book going on. And I think for flavor, because I didn't mention it, you at this point you see this creature just flutter into wherever we're at now and kind of perch upon Charlotte's shoulder, and obviously she notices the creature before she even comes in. Oh, and right on cue, this is my best friend, Volpini. And what you see is a combination of an owl and a fox. There's an image I
Cutie.
can show you, but Yeah, there's the feathers, but then there's also like the fox fur, that typical fox kind of like burnt orange coloration to it. Yeah, that's what she says.
Why don't we,
Edie,
go to Edie next.
Yeah, Edie, she just sort of dips her head and she says, "My name is Mercedes Vestra, but you can call me Edie." And as she talks, she sits tall in like in the seat and at the table, and sitting next to Ellie. The two of them, it almost, this whole side of the table like feels like it's in grayscale. Edie is very similar in that she has like this ashy pale skin, and even that ashy color like takes in, even goes down into her hair, and her eyes are really the only thing in her face that has color, and the irises are that like electric blue, white, purple of lightning. And she has she has like this big necklace on that is a it's like a petrified silver pine cone. And she, since it's gotten much hotter, she wears she's just wearing, instead of like her black overcoat, she's got a black vest and just like her white shirt. And the way that the buttons go on the vest and the shirt, you can start to see across her chest like this spider working, like this spider webbing stain or like scar or something that's like on her chest and like like disappears back into her collar. And she just she says, and I ended up at school with them and met them only recently, and here we are.
Veerle?
Hi. Well, kind of got the description already, but I'll just do it real short. Gray, elf, long ears, black hair, kind of short, in a bob, kind of your length hair, kind of. And then half up, half down. Big ass weapon made out of bones, which
That would creep her out at all.
It's
a little
sexy.
bit.
Great.
X-Crew.
And then one of her eyes is like whitish, and then the other one is red. She wears armor.
Yeah, so Illyria is gonna look at you then. She's gonna look at your weapon and she's gonna go, "Do you also follow the taxman?"
What a bad guy. Hold on.
Now, hold on. This is where I'm cutting it off because it is time. It is time.
No.
Yes, it is the end. And that is a perfect sentence to leave it off on. Like that is amazing. Like perfect timing, Amy. That was awesome. But yes, this is where we're going to end the session. And I have to say that was fucking brilliant. That was well played. That went off exactly how we planned it, too.
I'm so glad that it did. I was like, oh gosh, something's gonna go off or wrong, and they're gonna. But yeah,
No,
wow.
we planned this on Thursday. We sat down and we just brainstormed. It was like, how are we going to do the introduction? And it was like, okay, this is perfect. And that's
so
like,
fun.
That was
I loved it.
fucking
That was so cool.
brilliant.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Oh, that was
I never
amazing.
knew what was coming
That was
next.
so good.
And Hannah, when you realized that the captain was,
I was
you
like,
got up and started
no,
walking
bitch.
around. No way. So yeah, that played out brilliantly. Guys,
Yeah, I was so worried that you guys wouldn't like understand what was going on because I tried to be as like descriptive as possible, like captain,
so
not
good.
captain, captain, you know. But
no,
yeah.
it was brilliant. It was, and the look.
Oh, it was so
The
good.
look on everyone else's faces when this was going on was perfect. So yeah, I can't wait for you guys to really start to dig into these characters' stories, because we did some planning and brainstorming throughout the week, and I got to tell you, you guys are in for a treat with this stuff. So their stories are definitely going to align with what is going on, and it's going to be perfect. So bravo for great role playing today.
Bravo, ladies. That kicked so much fucking ass. Like, that was so good. That was so fucking good.
I hope that you enjoyed the encounter, because you said you wanted more. Well, you're going to get plenty on this
Fuck yeah.
beautiful and very dangerous island. As
Very
A
cool.
Charlotte finishing move. Like, a full Charlotte Blade Singer finishing move. There's so much shit. I'm
Finally.
just going to be doing laps around my
I had
house.
that-
a year.
I had that cooked up a year. Yeah. It just, never felt right.
worked out. Every time there was a combat, somebody else would finish something
I
off.
know.
It was like,
It finally happened.
yeah, so bravo.
Nobody saw.
bravo.
Nobody saw it yet.
Wow,
That's
that was
right.
hurtful.
That's true. That's true. Nobody even saw it.
But
Well,
Charlotte's
the audience
Charlotte's not.
did.
Yeah, Charlotte's not doing that for the plot. She's just like
Right.
she's just like, let's go. Yeah.
Right.
No, but the whole thing with that, just to explain that a little bit, is she's had like moral dilemmas with kind of ending someone's life, especially if they're like humanoid. So what she's done is she's studied like the biology and like kind of like how her magic can impact when she makes those slashes with the blade, and it's trying to give that creature a happy ending to their death. So that scene with the two moons was what that was the last thing that witch saw. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And she experienced
Damn.
that rather than experiencing like the sword. That's what that
You
was.
sent that bitch to Elysium?
Yeah, it was good. It was very good. To my new cast members, what did you think? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with how things played out?
Yes.
Because I can tell you right now, the audience was definitely. So I am happy to see all of you guys together. That was a great introduction. Yeah, this was beautiful episode. Let's see if we get any thumbs down on this one in YouTube, because there is one person out there that is wrong.
They better not.
If it's me, I'll fix it and know that it was an accident. If it wasn't me, I can't say anything.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I don't. It doesn't bother me at all. I know that what you guys do is amazing, so that's all that matters to me. But yeah, guys, yeah, I can't stop smiling. This was really, really good. Played out perfectly.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the rest of it, because there's like so much backstories that you guys have, and I know that. Wait, how do you pronounce your character's full name?
Lithia.
Lithia. and I think-
Lithia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, she took a page.
Aaliyah?
I'm like,
Lithia
I
and
love the
Aaliyah?
weird names, so it was like, she's like,
Okay.
all right, and just went with it, and I'm like, yes. You'll have
Yeah.
to send Sammy a spelling, because he'll ask
Spell
for a
check?
spell check. He always does.
Always does.
So yeah. But yeah, let's do some our outros for people, because we have a lot of streamers here, and people have, they have things that they want to share. They're all content creators, so let's see. I'm gonna go counterclockwise on the screen. So I'll start with Edie. So Hannah, why don't you tell people about what you do, who you are?
Hey y'all, I'm Edie, or Raging Babe Writes. I am a fledgling streamer over on my channel is just Raging Babe Writes. We do some co-work writing streams. We have on Thursdays or Fridays we do a Hearthside D&D chat, which we break down what has happened over here in Strixhaven, and then what also happened over on the Glass Sea, which is Roll Positive's Friday night stream, and I am Bryn, the Abjuration Wizard, over there. So we break down both of these campaigns, and I am just spending a little bit more time putting some attention into TikTok and YouTube. And Jade, thank you so much. And I just appreciate everybody's support and jumping over there and watching. It's been amazing.
Brilliant. What about Veerle? Do you have anything that you would like to promote?
I'm very boring. I have an Instagram. It's Veerle.Louise with an E at the end.
All right. Well, Sammy, you had that up there, so let's go with Caitlin. Miss Azalea.
Hello, yes, I am Caitlin. I make ASMR content here on Twitch. You can find me at twitch.tv/Caitlin. I do variety streams too every now and then I make ASMR content on YouTube. You can find me at youtube.com/ASMRkitten, and hope to see you there sometime.
Do the thing, guys. Go show support and love. And that brings us over to Riley.
Hello, I am Riley, otherwise known here as Lady Cardea. I, for my content, I make a lot of ASMR and gaming and cosplay content. Whoa, my computer just did something super weird. I don't know what that was. My stuff is all breaking. It's fine. What I like to tell people for my streams is that you never know what you're going to get, but you will always be really pleasantly surprised, have a lot of fun, and hopefully relax a little bit. So that's me.
And that brings us over to Amy, our newest content creator.
I am Amy K, ASMR everywhere. I'm on like every social ever. Well, okay, let me bring that back. Just YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on TikTok, but that's not just basically just YouTube. I do ASMR on YouTube. Amy K ASMR. That's pretty much it.
So go and show love, and that brings us to Sammy.
Whoop whoop.
Sammy, what are we doing? Have we rebranded you yet, or what?
Well,
We're working on it.
It was like a D brand, but I've got multiple different usernames on all social platforms now. So the main ones are Instagram and Twitter. You can find me on Instagram at SammyByTheGram, and you can find me on Twitter at SammyOnTheBird. And if you didn't know, I've been taking charge of Matt's YouTube channel, where you can see edited VODs of this stream, as well as the kind of 1D&D roundtable talks that we've been doing as well. So make sure you're subscribed over there, especially if you like missed the stream today or you're only seeing parts of it. The edited VOD for that for today's session will be up in a couple of days, so you can also catch episode 1 and 2 on there, as well as all the episodes from the first season, albeit those are unedited and just raw.
Right. All right. Yeah. What he said. Go check out the stuff that he's been doing on YouTube. He has been a godsend, just helping me out, because it was just me. And it's hard to manage everything, especially when you're running. Technically, I'm running 5 campaigns at once. 2 of them are off stream, but 3 of those games are actually on stream. So I'm Matt. I'm Roll Positive Gaming. I do all kinds of D&D content. I do a roundtable periodically with some other dungeon masters where we just discuss all things D&D, specifically 1 D&D right now with the Unearthed Arcana. And yeah, I got so many plans coming up, and down the road. My birthday is next month, and I always do a charity stream for my birthday, so I'm going to be doing something for that. I'll be doing some one shots to give people out in the community a chance to actually play and sit down at one of my tables and get to play with me. And yeah, I just love D&D. I love this community. You guys have been so supportive, so helpful. Just all the stuff that you guys throw at me, and yeah, all the support that I get goes right back into the channel. But it's also validation that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing right by this community. So it just, that kind of stuff just tells me that to keep doing what I'm doing, and it gives me that validation. So above everything else, that is probably the most important thing, so that I'm still motivated to do all this stuff, and I love doing it. So I really appreciate all the things that you guys do, and just being here and consuming the content is amazing. So heartfelt thank you to all of you guys, and to my cast. What can I say? You guys just fucking, like this was the Red Sox winning the World Series for the first time in like 100 years. This session
so
was
good.
friggin' amazing. I couldn't stop smiling. I just sat here like shit-eating grin on my face the entire time. So yes, hat is both on and off to you all, because I was just amazed and blown away. So good. But the last things, join the Discords, become part of the community there, because it's amazing, and follow all my socials so you know what I'm doing in real time.